Oh, we beat Ice Bitch. That's what happened last time.
Just give me a second. I can do my best to recap.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to the cathedral. We find Ice Bitch. We have a little talk with her, and by we I mean the twins sass her for about 5 minutes. We fight her. It's a very, very intricate combat, which is very interesting. It took a while. We defeat her. We get another vision. Silvers gets an item that she hates. We get back to camp. Uh, Yeah, the last vision that we saw showed Serena and the other guy, I don't know his fucking name. But like older. And when we got back to camp, Kit went to go and talk with her and learn some more things. Also, I think it also got permission to cast ending with me.
If it's important, yes.
If it's important. That Kit deems it important. Which is very different from being actually important. um yeah, we talked to NPC Claire. The the lake is gonna be melted in 3 days. So Claire wants to lead Clan Regalia down to investigate ruins. I'm not exactly sure why our clan is sticking around, but apparently we are.
Because there might be stuff that we want down there.
Is it worth it? Probably not.
And we agreed to split up, search half of the regalia searches the other half.
Mm-hmm.
We split whatever we find or whatever notoriety that might come.
Right. Silvers talks to Chesed and Gerbera. End of session. That's where we all are. Oh yeah. I forgot Silvers has that. Nice. She has a bargaining chip.
Yes. Okay, well, the first bit's going to be largely our piece, so whoever wants to start us off with that is free to.
Hello.
Don't mind me, I'm just sitting under a tree.
Yeah, so Alter was off on his lonesome
Vulnerably.
with Sketchbook. Silvers was just leaving coffee cart.
Yep.
Kit had gone back to the cabin that the clan had claimed. Isul was also at the cabin because bath time for Blaze and Savath. I don't know where Key ended up.
She was outside training.
Yeah. So, oh yeah,
Or
since
you're
right
chalking
here,
inside a tree.
Kit and Isul are in the cabin. Key, Alter, and Silvers are outside.
Well, I know Amy for sure had something she wanted to do.
Hi. I exist, unfortunately.
Take it away, Amy.
Boy, this is very weird. How dare I even attempt to take charge of anything in my life? All right. So, Piper, you okayed that Silvers got a bottle of wine from Chesed?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So Silvers exits the cabin. It's still night. What is it, nighttime? Because we got back at sunset.
Evening, night. Yeah.
Sun is gone. She's gonna look. She fucking exits the cart, looking pretty emotionally oofed. She's gonna look to the cabin. Look to where Key is. Look to where Alter is. Fucking curse at the ground, and then just start fucking beelining it straight to Alter.
Alter is right where you imagined he would be, sitting under a tree, having a good time. Well, just kind of not really paying attention to anything. He's very fixated on his little book.
Okay. Well, I deleted my fucking token by accident. Can you please shrink me down a little bit, Piper?
No.
Fuck. Okay. Mother. Do you have any idea how difficult this is already for me?
There you
Okay, I guess I'm fucking tiny. Understandable. Have a nice day.
go. Better?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Alright. So Silver just fucking walks straight up to Alter. She's got like the hood of the cloak just like pulled over her head to try to hide the fucking crown as much as possible. And he said he's sitting under a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. She's just gonna walk up to him, flop down next to him with a mind if I join you?
Oh, like you speak, open your mouth, say words. Alter like flinches and snaps the book shut, and just looks up and just goes, "No, go ahead. No, the more the merrier." He shuffles like around part of the tree.
It's very much akin to when he joined her on the rooftop. A little less jovial, but very much the I'm sitting here, whether you like it or not.
Good. You can see his, like, it's not really difficult to see. The writing utensil he was using was a charcoal pencil. You can see his thumb and forefinger they're just caked and smudged with the charcoal. And he just looks at it and casually wipes it down the side of his pants. It doesn't really change, and he just goes, but he's now just drumming his fingers on the top of his book. Just
Can she see what he's doing?
no, he snapped the book shut.
Okay. So, yeah, Silver's is just gonna fucking sit down, fucking crisscross applesauce. She's gonna pull out the fucking bottle of wine, start opening it. And you see she's about to start talking, but then she looks over, sees the book, and she's like, before whatever I'm about to talk about, what exactly are you doing?
So are you sitting? There's the trunk of the tree, right? Are you sitting on like the opposite mirrored side of him, not like beside him?
I assumed beside him, because I assume this
Okay.
tree is not, like, tiny. I assume this is a thickened tree.
It's a chunky tree. Okay.
A chunky tree,
Then-
that's why I imagine.
He just like awkwardly rubs his fingers against the book a little bit and then slaps the top of it and just goes, nothing really, nothing important at all. And he'll take it and just like shove it into his, like a little pouch he has by his side.
Nothing important.
He shakes his head. Nope.
Okay. How often do you do nothing important, then?
Slight twitch of the eye. An unremarkable amount of time. What do you need to? What did I do something wrong? Is this? What precisely did I? Did it wasn't about this, right? He like gestures to his pouch.
What? No, I had no
You
idea you were
wanted to-
doing that.
Okay. He like exhales. Oh, runs a hand through his hair.
Why do you think I'd be upset about it? What exactly were you doing?
Not that you'd be upset, but that you would want to talk about it, I guess. He ran his hand through his hair, and there's smudges of charcoal on his forehead now.
Silver's like
It's
to
fine.
see her eyes look at it. She doesn't comment, but like she snorts a little bit as she goes back to trying to open this fucking wine bottle.
Did you need a hand? Just holds out a hand.
I am perfectly capable of opening up a wine bottle.
I believe you. I'm really excited to see it happen. He just like crosses his arms over his knees and watches you with the wine bottle.
I forgot she has low strength. Fuck. Oh no. Okay. She struggles
Let
with
me
it.
know when you need some help. Just hanging out.
She'll give it a good like 30 seconds. At the point where she like fucking pulls out a dagger, she's like, "Okay, this is ridiculous." Hands it over.
He takes it, and yeah, like, I assume that this is not actually like a thing that would work, but for the fun of it, I'm going to say he takes out the sword at his side. Well, it's more like laid down beside him rather than hitched to his hip. But he'll take the sword out and unsheath it. Do that thing with a wine bottle where you can uncork it with a knife, but he'll do it with his sword.
You're gonna
just-
savor a fucking wine bottle.
Not
Yeah,
when we're
the
gonna
sword.
drink from the bottle.
Yeah, but he's gonna crack open the bottle. He's gonna saber it with a katana.
With a katana. Okay.
Just shink, pgunk. Even though it's wine and not champagne
Right, okay, yeah, okay. It's not champagne.
/ sparkling wine.
Mhm. Okay.
But he does it that way and then flips the sword around and sets it. The blade pointing away from both you, like the tip of the blade pointing away from you, and the sharp end of the blade pointing like towards his feet. And he hands the bottle back to you.
Thank you. She'll take a sip. And then a second and third sip before she puts it down.
Did you have a bad day?
She's just gonna slow turn to look at you.
Like it's kind of squirrely, looks left and right. Was that a dumb question?
I don't
Okay, that was a
know.
dumb question.
Yes, it was.
So,
Do you really have no idea?
he doesn't roll his eyes, but he like rolls his head around and just kind of goes, well, I have a little bit of an idea, but I was hoping that it wouldn't be right. Or rather, the little bit of idea I had was not the source. Like, kind of shying away from you.
Alright, well. Let me hear what you thought it was. And if you're right, then we can just go forward from there. If you're wrong, then I'm not afraid of just telling you what's wrong. I'm not going to just sit here and make you guess.
There's like every mind reader in like the Tri-County area can hear like fuck, shit, God. He turns his head back towards his feet. Just goes, well, you were certainly not a fan of the jeers that my sister and I had at yours and Key's expense, as we would just, you know, poking fun, trying to get some kind of information out of you. And I realize now that that's probably why you were so... that's probably why you're as miffed as you are. But, he tugs at the collar of the jacket. Do you just want to skip the part where you explain to me in a more simple way. Because or rather, not explain to me, but just chew me out in the way that you find most appropriate. I didn't intend anything that I did to come off as dickish. I thought it was in good fun, but it isn't. Clearly.
Take a sip of wine.
Like, just continuously getting more and more nervous, just like, oh, yes. Right.
Right.
Is it the princess thing? Because you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Ah.
Alton. It's a couple of things actually, but that's the biggest concern at the moment.
So, it's not that you are or aren't a princess, it's because we kept badgering you about it. And he was very bothered. Too.
Silvers just takes the wine bottle and she kind of just stares at it in her hands before she just like sets it down. I guess, because I imagine Alter is to her right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She like sets it down to her right, and she just starts like. She pulls out. I'm gonna do a callback to an early fucking session. She pulls out a fucking doorknob, and she starts just takes out her lock picking tools and just starts fiddling with the lock, just picking it, locking it, just a practice motion. As she just like looks down at the like the lock in her hands. As she continues, that is the biggest thing I wanted to cover with you.
Right.
Alta, it's one thing when I'm not very good with words, so just bear with me on this. I've been told by Chesed and surprisingly Gerbera that communication is key for a clanmate. And so I'm going to try this thing called communication.
Slowly nodding.
Calling me a princess, a lady, a queen, majesty, royalty, anything along those lines is crossing a line. Now, it is crossing a boundary that I am making clear here, right now. And I am not going to stand here and listen to you and your sister call me that again, because I am laying it down clearly right now so you understand. Do not call me that again.
Nods.
Have I made myself clear on that?
He opens his mouth, then closes his mouth, and just nods again.
You can't speak. I'm not going to hit you or bite you or anything like that.
Well, I will just say that I understand. And he, like, tips his head towards you. Just, I think that is easier than asking a bunch of frustrating questions.
Right. Another thing about that. I'm going to touch on something much more important first. Before that, actually, you somehow made sunshine personified uncomfortable. Do you have any idea how difficult that is?
He narrows his eyes, and he, like, does a searching gesture, and he just goes, "Oh. Oh, I made Key uncomfortable."
Yes, you did. Alta, she just got here.
Nods his head. Yes.
Mhm.
Huh. That's, I have a knack for that, you know? Like, does a half-assed, like, yeah, you know, it's just haha, and then doesn't land, and he just goes, hmm. Well, hmm. Uh, I don't know how difficult that would be. I assume it's probably very difficult.
It is. Key is, in my perfectly unbiased opinion, one of the last people on this earth that is genuinely good and kind and sees the best in people. And you just badgered her on information about someone other than her. You tried to get information about me through her when she hadn't even been here for 24 hours.
Opens his mouth to say something and then just closes his mouth again.
Also, listen, I get it, alright? You have an issue with me for whatever reason. We butt heads often. I understand that. But do not bring Key into whatever this is.
I don't have an issue with you. He kind of scratches the back of his head and looks at his feet. I am sorry. I will rescind or rein in my tendencies. I at least owe you that much. Well, you and he. Don't think this. I I know that it was technically me and Silver's, but don't. It's not her doing it. It's me instigating it and kind of dragging her along. I don't know if you intended to talk to her at all, but
I did.
you didn't, or did?
I did.
Stiffens up a little bit. Right. Well, whatever you think is best. Just know that it's more of me being a bit of a bad influence, I suppose. But it's overall it's fine. Well, not fine, but I understand what you were saying.
Well, that's good because I don't understand what you're saying.
What's his, like, immediately lose, like, wind falls out of his sails, his head between his knees, and just goes, well, it's. I don't want you to think that my sister's at fault for anything.
No, I think you misunderstood me here. I know what you said and what you meant. But I have no idea. How do I phrase this? I do not have the energy to be more tactful with this. But you are aware that, on your own, you are borderline tolerable. Maybe even enjoyable to converse with, in little amounts of time. But when you're with your sister, for whatever reason, you become even more ridiculous and assholish than you usually are.
Uh, that isn't always true. And he's not necessarily lying, but he's not entirely convinced of the truth of his statement.
Walter, if that wasn't true, I'd be talking to both of you at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, I don't quite understand now. Why are you talking to just me, and then presumably why will you talk to just my sister?
It's just easier this way. Look at what I just said. When you're with her, I don't know if it's just you showing off for your older sister, or if the two of you feed off of each other, and neither of you know how to pull the brakes, even when someone tells you to stop multiple times throughout an entire day. But it's easier to talk to you on your own than it is to talk with you when your sister is within the vicinity.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm here. She takes a sip of wine from the bottle. And she takes a second sip.
He looks at the bottle. He doesn't make a grab for it, but he like looks at it, looks at you, and then looks forward and just goes, well, I don't really know what to say to that. Well, I'm sorry. Aside from that, I am sorry.
Silvers just looks down at like her hands, and she just puts the lock and lockpicks on her lap, and she takes the wine bottle again, and she just like fiddles with it a bit. She like reads the label. You can tell that she's not actually reading it. Before she'll just let out a sigh, and her shoulders just like slump a bit as she turns to you and looks up at Alter for the first time in like a hot minute.
It's really hard to hold his gaze because he's like looks at Silvers, looks away, looks at Silvers, looks down, looks at Silvers, looks away again.
Yeah, like once she decided to look at him, she's like, okay, I'm looking at him now. I'm not gonna be fucking coy about it. So every time you look, she's like still fucking looking at you. And she holds out the wine bottle and asks, would you like a sip of it?
He lightly shakes his head and has like not like a fake like frown. You know that thing where someone just goes, nope, and they make like an exaggerated frown. Does that kind of move and just goes, no, thank you.
As in, he actually doesn't want it, or he's like feigning?
He, as far as you can tell, he doesn't actually want it.
Okay, fair enough. She'll take a sip. Hmm. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will say that I may be biased, but I think that you should apologize to Key.
It just nods without looking back at you, just kind of eyes staring ahead. I think you're right. Um, did you still want to train at all at some point, or did you want to kind of tear that contract up and pantomime tearing up paper? I wouldn't blame you. Just so you know.
You see that Silver's like looks shocked a bit at what you said. Just like, what? No, no, I don't want to just tear that up. Alta, I'm talking
Don't.
this out with you so that I can work with you in the clan more easily, and I can continue being in the clan.
Well, I mean, you can't not be in the clan, right? Is it like a contract thing? I assume that you're just here with us. But,
I'm pretty sure I didn't sign my life away. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
nods.
I wouldn't go through all of this effort of trying to openly communicate with other people if I didn't want to continue working with them. And yes, I wouldn't oppose the training lessons. Not lessons, the training, sword training together.
Nods.
Take a sip.
Well, good. Then that is still on the table. Pats his knees, just kind of drums out a little beat.
Unless you'd rather not.
No, no. I
I mean, I'd understand considering I just came out here to talk at you.
no, I deserved it.
Well, at least you see that. I guess there is still.
You, at least you see that, and he just kind of winces, like, "Ow, okay, yeah, I admitted it, but you didn't have to admit it again."
I guess there is hope for you after all.
That's good. Can I ask what you're going to say to my sister? And he does look at you this time.
It's her turn to, like, she looks, like, a little startled that you make eye contact, and she's the one who, like, holds it for a second, and she, like, breaks it away. The fucking fiddle with the wine bottle as she's taking a sip. She's drinking, like, a third of this fucking bottle by now. But, probably not as much as we're talking here.
Is it not as much, but more, I don't know, emotionally charged? I'm not
wouldn't say
sure
this
how
is
to
an
ask.
emotionally charged conversation. This is just a talk between clanmates, openly communicating. It's nothing emotional about it. And I just plan on just telling her that calling me anything along the lines of royalty is crossing a line and to not do it again. That's quite simply all I'd wish to talk to her about.
May I ask why? Or do you not, is that not on the table yet? At all? It doesn't have to be on the table in the future, but do you know what I mean? And he, like, turns his head away.
I don't follow. Why?
Why?
You can ask. It's fine. Just be.
Why
blunt.
do you not? Why is it crossing a line? What is? If we are allowed to know.
Silvers takes a big fucking sip. A big sip. And she's like, no, I do not wish to get into that. I'm not going to snap at you for asking. I will snap at you if you continually ask and pester me, when you and your sister seem to be the champions of keeping information from everyone else. If you want to know about me, I'm going to have to know things about you. That is how I operate. And if you want to know things about me, you ask me. You do not go to Key and pressure her for information about me. If you wish to talk to
Nods.
Key to know Key, by all means, go ahead and talk to her to get to know her, because she is an absolute delight to know and have in your life. But don't think that just because she is an adorable and sweet person that you can pressure her into information that I am not ready to give you.
Right. That's something I'll keep in mind. Uh, is there something that you wanted to know about my sister and myself that you didn't already know? Now that you have a chance, I suppose.
There is one thing. I will say that I am significantly less curious about you, Andy Sewell, than I was, let's say yesterday?
Was it because of the thing
Yes.
we just... Right, nods. Faces, like, turns his head back towards, like, forward.
I suppose the one thing I actually want to know, and only because it would be fair considering I have just talked at you about what my boundaries are. Is there anything that is crossing the line for you? Because this is a clan, and we are supposed to work together and tolerate each other. So I'd like to know where the line is to make sure that I don't cross it.
Kinda surprised.
Looks offended
Like-
that you're fucking surprised.
Yeah, he was expecting just to be lambasted and was like, I will accept this. I have deserved it. And he, like, thinks about it and tilts his head and thinks, it would be different for me and my sister.
Oh, I'm
But-
asking about you.
I'm not sure. There are things... Well, shrugs. Referring to me with any kind of royal authority, much in the same way that I did with you, is also something that I would be very upset about. So, shrugs, like, there's that. But beyond that, I don't really know. Well, there are things I know that I would rather not discuss, but in terms of calling me something, I can't think of anything that you would say that would cross a line, I suppose.
Alright, well. If you ever think of anything, or if I ever do cross a line, unknowingly, please tell me. That is not something that I wish to do, especially with people that are supposed to be my allies.
Nods. Oh, there is one I could think of. Or at least one category. Any sort of familial affectionate terms. You know, like Mama's boy, daddy's girl, that sort of thing. That would go for Isul, obviously. But even in jest, neither of us would take that well. Kind of staring into the middle, just like he's still looking ahead. He didn't look at you to say this, but his eyes are kind of like looking at something in his mind rather than something in front of him.
Silverus will take a sip and she'll nod. She'll realize you're not looking at her, and she'll just. Alright then. I will do my best to stay clear of things like that. And if I ever do forget, or if I do cross that line, do not hesitate to tell me to stop.
He doesn't look and just nods. Understood. I do feel as though I owe you something, though, for, well, for a lot of reasons. But I think you have earned the right to be a little bit more clear on the truth about the thing I, as in quotation marks, stole.
If you're willing to share, I'm not going to stop you.
It's kind of a loose assessment of what happened. But, and he has his family sword, like, in a heap on the other side of his lap, or on the other side of where he's sitting, like, reaches over and grabs it, kind of shakes some snow off of it, and just goes, "The thing that I stole," says in quotation marks, "was this. But that's not really, like, the reason for most of the things that me and my sister have done at present. And technically, stealing this, well, it's only sort of kind of stealing, because I was, well, I kind of was given it first, but after the fact I did something that would probably warrant taking it back, and I didn't give it back. So, shakes it a little bit, like, stolen, technically."
Okay. Alta, is that the only thing that you've stolen?
No. No, I've stolen many things. Not all of them worth, like, a valuable sum. But
Okay.
the moment where I would consider stealing, quote unquote, this, it was a few years ago at this point. Got into well, we were invited to some very serious talks between some very important people. And it didn't go quite well. I ended up doing something wrong. The deal went south. And rather than try to explain to our family what happened, myself and my sister ran away. She made it away. He shrugs and just goes, I slipped and fell into prison. For a little bit.
Can you repeat that last line? I'm sorry.
He slipped and fell into prison for a little bit.
Into prison. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I see. Well, that does shed some light on things.
Yeah, I've always had a bit of a thing with authority figures. I just didn't really know it. And then I had my sort of, well, run-in with an authority figure who I didn't like a lot. And I did something about it. And it was not the right call. But here we are. And he shrugs.
Here you are. I'd like to ask something. And
Mhm.
again, same courtesy to you that you don't have to answer, that is. Are you and your sister still running?
His eyes dart around just in the immediate area, scanning, and he just nods very slowly.
Can I ask who exactly you're running from? Is it every authority figure or is it specific ones?
Well, there's a very good reason we're not on speaking terms with Mummy and Daddy anymore.
Right.
As well as probably some portion of the government from our homeland. We're just not gonna have to... We'll just have to, avoid that specific area.
You know, I never wanted to visit there anyway.
It's not worth it. It's not pretty. It's just a bunch of rocks.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure fellow Delora Dreska is much more prettier this time of year anyway.
Nods.
Silver's is gonna, like, pull her knees, like, into her chest a bit. And just rest her chin on her knees. She just, like, takes sip from the wine bottle again. I do have to ask. We don't have to ask, I'd like to ask. Do you and your sister have a surname?
Nods.
Is that something that is tied to your past?
Nods again.
That is a stupid question, now that I think about it. Of course
Kind of is a stupid
is.
question, but, you know,
You know,
I ask stupid questions all the time.
Yes, you do, and I already said it. You didn't have to agree.
She shrugs.
Right. Well, it was just a stupid question.
I I don't want to dredge that name out of the grave where it should be, but if you want to know, I can tell you. And don't feel obligated in any way to I guess, overshare from your own history. I'm telling you because I gave you an unfair impression earlier. So it's only right that I pay up for what I rightfully owe you.
You don't have to tell me.
That's
Considering how much baggage that is, and how you've gone this long without either of you telling us your surname.
we're hopefully far enough away that it won't really matter.
And
He,
if... Go ahead.
his eyes, he looks up towards the door, where to the cabin, and he just kind of drums his hand on his knee a little bit nervously, like, oh man, the door might just open, and then Isul might just walk out, and Isul might just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's just having his little bit of micro panic of like, she knows. I don't know how she knows, but she knows.
And they're far enough away.
This is true.
Yeah. He'd have time to cover his ass.
But does
they're
the
also
twin
not even-
sense happen here? Does the
Yeah,
twin sense of
it's-
Alter is doing something that is not good here happen?
He just feels the weight of his sins crawling on his back. Just.
Right. I would like to ask if your past ever did come around here, that is, would you warn us, or would the two of you just take off again?
That. It kind of gets this look of like, well, shit, I didn't think of that. And just kind of goes, that depends on a lot of things. I would like to think that we would warn you and not just hang you out to dry. But it depends on how quickly the past might show up. If they showed up tomorrow, well, we wouldn't have time to explain. And I would hope that you don't take it personally. It's also probably best if you just don't know, because then nobody would have any reason to care. You would become a footnote on, what is it called? An epitaph? Not to say you're more than or you're only worth a footnote, but just to say that it's best. Because our problems would follow us, and not bowl over you.
Well, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for Key or Kit or Dia. But I can say that I would appreciate a warning. Or at the very least, a goodbye.
It's a moment where he's like has a almost offended look in his eyes, where he's like, I would say goodbye, and then stops and just goes, maybe. And,
Side eye. Like, fucking would you?
well, I will do my best to give you a warning. I can promise you that much. My sister might not, but she's just she would be very eager to leave. Let's just say it that way.
Really, I could have never guessed that.
Well, shrugs and just doesn't really know what to say.
Just takes a sip and looks out towards the bonfire. You know, Alta, you and Isul are not the only ones with past that could catch up to them. Frankly, you don't know me or Ki, and none of us really know what's going on with Kit. And we don't really know what Dia's got, though. I'm pretty sure Dia doesn't even know what he has, either. So he's
I
in
was
the
going to
same
say
boat
the
as
same
Kit.
thing about Kit.
I already said that about Kit.
No, but Kit doesn't even know what Kit's got going on.
I know, I said that all of us didn't have any idea. That includes Kit.
Oh, fair enough.
I guess I should have made it more clear. But, case in point, the two of you are not the only ones with things that could follow them. Any of our pasts, all of our pasts, could come up and rear its head at us. And I guess this is me trying to promote team bonding. But I think that as a group, we're more likely to overcome whatever it is, rather than all of us scattering to the winds.
Nods. Oh, that is an admirable thing to do. Dia would be proud.
She groans and, like, puts her forehead on her fucking knees. Don't say that.
Well, I mean, you know it's true. Dia would be
Just-
overjoyed.
Just because I know it's true does not mean you have to say it.
Shrugs and just goes, fair enough. But it would be awkward if he found out. So, just,
If he
know,
found out what?
that you're just so enthusiastic about team bonding.
I am not enthusiastic. Do I really look enthused, Alta? Do I look like I'm having a good time here?
This is just, he's like, like, his face is kind of like bent in a stifled giggle.
She's like, she shot up and just like gesturing with both of her hands, like, do I look entertained?
Oh, you don't look enthused, but it would be funny.
It would not be funny.
It would be funny for me, for a little bit.
Everything is funny to you.
That's not true, especially whenever my sister says something about me.
No, those things are actually funny.
Fuck off.
She snorts as she takes another sip of her glass. Or not her. She doesn't have a glass. She has a bottle.
Well, thank you for this talk. And I did promise Key some training too, so I suppose I should go, 1, follow through on my promise, and 2, take advantage of it and apologize to her.
I would suggest apologizing first.
That makes sense.
It does. That's why I said it.
Puts his hand on his face and pinches his brow, and you can see he's smudging more charcoal on his face.
She stifles like a giggle behind her hand. Do you realize what you're doing?
I am recovering from your incessant sarcasm. Why?
You've got. Um. I'm sorry, but do you have. She like gestures with like her finger.
He like is shaking his head in confusion and does like the rotating, like, go on, spit it out, and rotates his hand a little bit, and then looks at his hand and sees charcoal all over it and just goes, oh fuck.
At that, she breaks and just. It's laughter. Just. Whew. She tries to stifle it as best she can. To offer you like a napkin. But it's like mostly laughter. Giggles specifically. Yes, the booze is getting to her. She has drinking like 3/4 of a bottle at this point.
Alter will like he reaches down and grabs a little bit of snow in between his fingers and wets his hand, and then tries to rub his hands together to get it off, and just goes, okay, well, I'm going to go find some water and make it hot and just soak my face in it.
Okay, sorry, I just it it kind of looks like a smiley face.
He just like very placidly just goes, oh no, if it was you I would laugh at you, so it's only fair. Go on. And he like holds out his arms, not not unlike a somebody who's saying like, go on, take your shots. I've earned it.
Oh man, she starts giggling harder. To a point where like a little like snort comes out that she like covers her fucking like mouth and nose with. But man, after like a few seconds, she calms herself down. Right, the water would be good for that. Before you go, I have one more question.
He just raises his eyebrow. Go on.
Are you standing or sitting down still?
He's standing.
Okay. Well, she is gonna just, get up, fucking dust the snow off. She points to the pouch of, you don't have to show me what it is you do, but I would like to know what, I guess, medium it is, or at the very least, how long you've been doing that.
If he like immediately goes like pink in the face, just like, oh, you found my fucking, you're gonna question me about my artistic like endeavors, and he well, okay, well, it's just to answer the second part of your question first, it's not been long, and it's just a mix of things, just experimenting like between writing and drawing. Shamefully puts a hand over his face.
That sounds interesting. I don't really see why you're so ashamed of it.
Because it, like I said, it hasn't been long.
Can you give me an estimate of how long that may be?
Well, no, not an accurate one, but just trust me on this.
Hasn't been long. Okay. Well, what about the first question I asked? If you're willing to share, that is.
Well, it sort of is a mix of. It's a mix of things. I'm just experimenting. he still looks embarrassed by it. Like, it could be. It just depends on my mood, really.
Well, good for you for having a hobby. That seems interesting. I'm sure that whatever it is you're doing, I'm sure it's perfectly fine. And you probably have no reason to be ashamed of it.
I appreciate your candor about it, but you haven't seen what's in it. When I say it's not good, it's not good.
I mean, how bad can it really be? I doubt it's anything
How
like
bad?
you imagined it is.
How bad can it really be? He puts a hand over the clasp of it and like takes not a step back, but like turns his hip away, like almost like you were gonna reach for it and be like, "Well, how bad could it be?" And he even if he didn't reach for it, he reflexively is like, "Don't look," and then just goes, it's it's fine. I'll maybe someday in the future, whenever I'm on my deathbed and Isul is far away and no one else is around, particularly Dia. Maybe. He points a finger at you.
Maybe. Well. What was I gonna say? Okay. Well, I'm sure it's perfectly fine, whatever it is. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you're being overdramatic about it. But if you ever do decide to share whatever's in your book, I would be more than happy to look at it. And I promise to not laugh. If it really is as bad as you think it is, which I highly doubt.
This like crosses his arms, not in an angry way, but in a more like can't believe I got caught. Can't believe I got caught being an artist. Just out in the open.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And he like reaches for the part of the pouch and then pulls out. There's a black stained piece of cloth in there, which you imagine is what he typically wipes charcoal with. And he holds onto it for a second, just goes, "I got this so I wouldn't have to use my hand, but it's just very easy to it's much easier to just use my hands when I'm in the middle of it." Oh.
Well, there's a saying that my mother used to tell me that a true artist's hands are never clean. So congratulations.
Looks at his hands and just, oh, well.
I do think you should get a new rag, though.
I'm going to get rid of this. Get a new one. Something a bit more abrasive, maybe. I don't know. Just my current order of business is to just dunk my head in the water.
Just when she forgot about it.
And
right.
he turns to start walking away and just goes, "And don't be too upset with Isul. Please." And doesn't really know how to phrase it, but kind of just leaves that hanging and starts to scoot away.
She'll take your words into consideration. And you just hear a very faint, "I'll try."
What's the next group that's going?
Is done. High five. Wait, I did it wrong.
Yeah, that was like a
Yeah, I
inverse
did
high
it.
five.
I did it backwards. I did it backwards. I never did. I can't do it. How can I not do this? I've watched Jacksepticeye for so fucking long. Next group.
Someone go, please.
Someone go.
Does anybody want to go next?
I think what's left. It's Alter and Key, Silvrus, and Isul. I don't know if Kit wanted to talk to Isul at all. Because they've been trapped at the cabin by themselves for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy is typing.
Bath time for animals.
Yeah.
Break up the drama with some wholesomeness.
Kit just came in. It just... I imagine as soon as, like, Isul decided it was bath time for animals, like, it's one of the only time you see her completely without armor. It's just, like, her, like, underclothes that protects her from the armor, which is just, like, essentially a tank top, and then kind of nice baggy pants. You just walk in, and she is having a very intense discussion with Saveth. Blaze has got a giant bowl on the table doing bird bath time. He's fine. She doesn't have to fight him. But you just see, like, Isul, like, arms crossed, staring at this dragon, who normally they get along perfectly fine, but it's, like, puffed up, like, wings tensed and everything. It's just like, seriously. You smell. You're not supposed to smell. You have to go, and you just... There's, like, these, like, distinct pauses, as if she is having a conversation with Saveth.
So, you know, if you need some help, I can like guard the door so they can't, you know, get back out or something.
Isul, like, looks over the table across Blaze, who's got half the water out of the bowl on the table at this point. And looks you up and down, then looks back at Saveth. See, she thinks you smell too.
And the sooner you get it over with, the sooner it will be done. You know, like this going, you know, bath time, it won't take near as long if you cooperate than if you, like, put up a fight.
You just see Saveth, like, look at you for a moment, like, grumpy. First time you've seen Saveth grumpy.
No, it sucks. I don't like water and taking baths too much either, you know, cat thing, but gotta do it.
While you are distracting Saveth, Isul just, like, swoops in and snatches up the dragon. And there's just, like, this fighting back and forth for a second. You see Isul distinctly get smacked in the face a couple of times with a wing. And dumps in Saveth into the giant, like, medieval times, like, you know, wooden tub that she has heated in the corner. This is for your benefit. Manages to wash Saveth, and then you see the true reason Saveth does not like bath time is as soon as Saveth is out of bath, Saveth has scale scrub. Make her nice and shiny.
That should feel good though, you know, like the scratchy. I don't know.
You know, if you want, you can help. She's not gonna bite you. She's gonna put
Don't
a
it-
bit of it.
Okay, so like, what do? I have never given a small dragon a bath before.
You just make sure everything is washed, and then when it's scrub time, just she like holds up this like a little like unmarked tub of stuff. And it's like you just take a brush and you scrub the scales.
Okay, I can do that. I'll try to make this, as efficient as possible, Seth. We're going to get through this together. She proceeds to try to do her best at giving the small one a bath without traumatizing. We've got to keep the soap out of your eyes, because, I'm assuming soap burns all creatures. It's like one of those universal things. It's like radiant damage or something. I don't know.
She fights Isul for a moment, but when you come over to try and help, she is like now looks like sullen, like sad puppy just sitting in the bath waiting for it to be over. And when you make that comment, there's just like this like little wisp of like a white flame that like is out of a nostril as she like snorts.
Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to rinse you off now, and then we'll get going with the scrubby part, and then it'll all be over with. As she like gets some like little scoop of whatever and try to wash the soap off. Close your eyes tight.
Isul just like smirking. See, this, if you just would behave from the get-go, would always be this fast. Why you have to be this has been how many years now and you're still this dramatic? You're too smart to be this way. Just another little wisp of white flame from nostril.
You're going to be the shiniest dragon I've ever seen, and probably anybody else has ever seen. It's going to be pretty awesome. Everyone will be so jealous of how shiny your scales are.
Saveth would kind of perk up slightly at that. Saveth likes shiny.
It'll be the most shiny.
And by the time they managed to get Saveth out of tub, dried off, and like dealing with the scale scrub, like Isul just like looks over at Kit and kind of like smirks. Ew. Thank you for this. Saved me the toil of 3 or 4 hours of dealing with this.
Really? That long?
Sometimes, yes. I've had to chase her around town once.
But that was pretty slippery too.
See, thing is, it's like a dog or a cat. They don't fly. This one flies, and she like pokes Saveth in the shoulder, and you just get this like grumble.
See, Saveth, now when you fly and you're all clean and sparkly, you'll be like, it's gonna be like, oh my god, why is the sun so bright? It's just Saveth. Oh, never mind. She is. Look, it's beautiful. Glitters like the stars in the sky.
This time you get the snort from Isul, just laying it on just a little bit thick, aren't we?
I'm just trying to help future bath times get a little bit smoother, looking forward to looking like the sun or the moon or the stars,
You hear when you say the stars is Saveth makes this like little noise that seems to be like, oh, that's what she likes. That's the sparkly bit.
You like the stars you like? A lot. I like the stars too. And then she'll cast her spiritual weapon, but only make it as just like Draco constellation, like not attacking, but just make a constellation around above Saveth and just make it kind of like, see, this is what you look like when you're all clean and sparkly. You look like this, starry dragon here.
Edge proceeds to try and catch some of the stars. You just see Isul just kind of like sigh. Oh boy.
This is for, the future bad times, It's going to be
Yes.
great.
Yes, I know. Thank you. But now she's going to be trying to catch your spiritual weapon every time you summon it.
Oh, good thing, she isn't around quite yet. And we're needing to cast it for realsies. Do you have to admit, like, when she, like, gets super big and have, like, the constellation beside her, it's going to be pretty epic.
And Isul smiles slightly and nods, kind of like patting Saveth on the back. She is meant to be she is meant to grow into something magnificent one day.
Man, she's pretty awesome now. Like, look at her.
And Isul kind of like looks at Saveth, and Saveth, who is now like seeming to be trying to cuddle up to you in a like make more stars. She's playing it up right now. And Isul just rolls her eyes. Right now, tonight, she's a brat, is what she is.
Well, we all have our moments. Beth, if you need the constellations or something before you go to sleep, just let me know if I, am not completely, wiped out. I don't mind doing this for you. I'd help everybody else sleep too.
You get just this like happy kind of purr noise. It's like a little rumble. And proceeds to go back to trying to like catch the stars, even though she's enough about Saveth at this point. She's smart enough to know she's not going to catch it. But she is entertaining herself.
Mm-hmm.
Isul just kind of shakes her head slightly and like fetches Blaze to dry off after the combat session with Saveth, and proceeds to like finish taking care of him too.
Now I don't know what this one likes, but I can help with maybe.
He's luckily enough he is taking care of himself for the most part, at least with this. Just heard that it's good to keep give them a little bit of extra help with their feet and beak. She kind of like picks up what it looks like almost like a jar of like coconut oil, essentially. But I don't know what he likes either right now. I think we're all trying to figure that out, aren't we? And she looks at like Blaze, and Blaze is just like blinking at the two of you.
Well, you have, that sometimes, I'm trying to figure out what I like too. Oh, Blaze, do not feel bad. We'll figure it out in time.
Little quick.
Just try to help clean beak and claw.
Blaze is good boy, but Blaze is also small enough that he can be manhandled right now. Sameth is a little bit too large. Even Sameth is not too heavy for Isul because Isul is strong, but Sameth is getting a little bit too big for Isul to easily manage. Hey, thank you for this. You really don't have to, though. Like,
I wasn't doing anything but just looking in a book about things that I'm probably not going to find anything else about. So,
was what's her face at all beneficial to you?
yes, more than anything else so far. I thank you for, helping me out with all that, but I wish I could say something, but in pain of death, I cannot. But it has been helpful. Still, not got any kind of anything really to know what really happened or anything like that, but some answers, but more questions.
So, like, at pain of death comment, you just get, like, this, like, raised eyebrow. And you see Yusul's eyes cut in the direction of where the other cabin is.
Mm.
And then come back to you.
I mean, assuming that's how these things work, I don't know, but I don't really want to find out because I kind of would like to live a little while to, I don't know, try to make memories that are at least, new things. Anyway,
Has she threatened you?
no, not necessarily. I don't know how these things work, these like oaths and promises or whatever. Like, if you say something, the other will immediately know. I don't know if it's like oh my God, you're gonna die. Like as soon as you say something, you just fall over dead, or if it's like I'm coming to kill you because I know you said something. I don't know if it's which one. I didn't ask. I probably should have asked. Yeah.
If you need
But
her
no,
dead to handle this, I can do that.
I know that's fine. I appreciate that. I kind of want to see if she'll tell me more things. I got the okay to send messages if something important comes up. Hopefully, if I promise not to say anything else, I'll get more information. So don't kill anybody. I thank you for the, looking out for me, but I don't think it's be necessary at this point.
Like, Isul said that comment with, like, the completely deadpan, like, monotone, even, like, expression. And in all of the, like, word vomit, the expression didn't change. And you see her eyes cut towards the direction of the cabin again. And then look back at you. And then this single nod, and she goes back to what she was doing.
I mean, they're the only person I know that knows anything, so
Well, theoretically, everything that she knows, her clan leader would probably know as well.
I mean, but if they found out that, you ended her, they probably wouldn't tell us anything. So let's just, keep it, the way it is right now. I'm not going to, burn any bridges.
And Isul just, like, gives another small nod. And there's, like, a moment of silence before there's just a very simple, don't go making any more deals like that. Not worth it if you're threatening your life. If they're threatening your life, usually that means they have jack shit that's useful anyway.
I will try not to make any more deals. Unless it's something like super duper, like, and proof that they know the things. But like the things that I don't know. They're considering there's nothing in these, and she points to like the history book that like it's just odd, Nobody knows anything. Weird stories to be like, oh, hundreds of years ago there was this big boom thing and it happened and it was major. Nobody. It's very odd.
No one would ever accuse me of being a scholar, but all of this seems like there is a mystery that is going to be a problem. At least a problem for you.
I mean, I guess if it's... I really want to know, but I don't want to know if it's going to, like, be harmful for everyone else. But so far, it doesn't seem that way. I can say that part.
Well, if it has anything to do with all of the... And she kind of, like, gestures around herself in, like, the vague, like, Shiva bullshit type way. Like, it has anything to do with all of this, then it's going to be everybody's problems, no matter what you find out.
You know, true. So whether I know or I don't know, this shit is going to still happen. So I might as well know, you know?
But not if it's making you have death vows and oaths with other people.
Mm.
Putting your life on the line and making your life indebted to somebody needlessly when there is still a possibility of finding out on your own or having the clan find out for you.
Yeah, I will try my best to not make any more like death deals. I will be patient as much as I can and try to find out. I guess, you know, the more we do these things, and, you know, maybe we'll find more. There could be something under the city, who knows?
And there's like this like moment where you see like Isul has finished with Blaze. Now she is just like cuddling him essentially. He is trying to get warm again, and she kind of pauses in her motions, and she like tilts her head slightly. And I suppose I should stop bossing you around. I am making demands of my own when you are perfectly capable of making your own decisions.
I appreciate the concern, though. Like, y'all are the only ones I know, and it's nice to have people that, you know, look after you or care for you. Because I literally, it's just you all, you know.
There's a small nod.
However, I don't want to be a burden to anyone. You know, whatever I do, I will make sure that it's not something that will, you know, tie you all up in any way. It'll only be something that...
Kit, don't worry about being a burden. I'm not a nice enough person to deal with your burden if I don't want to.
Noted. She looks at the giving the animals a bath. You do have your hands full, so, you know.
Yes, well, these two need me. Can't really survive on their own, can they?
Especially not here in this frozen, you know, whatever this is. I do think it's thawing a little bit now, but still.
Yes, this is supposedly going to be back to its fishing village days in a couple of days, but we'll see what the damage truly is by then.
So this is, you know, a odd question, but it is very important to the situation for tomorrow. Can you swim?
And there's this like blink, and yes, I can swim. However, and she kind of like looks towards the pile of her armor. Not deftly when I'm wearing my armor.
Well, I will try to pull some, you know, or at least study in my book some things that I can help with that tomorrow. There are a couple of things that I can do. Make it to where you don't have to worry about sinking so much.
Isul just kind of like smiles slightly. Perhaps you should ask that question of everybody else before you worry about me.
It's, you know, tit for tat. You worry about me, I worry about you.
There's almost an instance of, like, not being accustomed to a thought like that. And, like, the emotions on Usul's face. Before it kind of goes back to the standard even that she usually has. And she nods slightly. Well, if nothing else, I can swim, and as much as I would hate to lose the gold, I am not above dropping my armor if I need to.
Well, I'll do my best to make sure that nobody will have to worry about that kind of thing. One thing you'll all have to worry about is fighting some void creatures that I have information that they'll probably be down there since it's so dark. So, everybody be,
Enjoy.
I guess, yeah, that was helpful information that I can share without pain of death. That'll be happening most likely.
So, that gives us some inference, then, at the very least, that these creatures are not just night creatures, they are where the sunlight does not reach creatures.
Yeah, some darkness, some shadows, you know.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate with the number of guilds things. I'm sure ends up in caves when you start heading into the mountain regions.
You know, that's true. So it's not just night, it's any sort of darkness, what it seems.
I wonder. And she just kind of, like, tilts her head in this, like, light bulb moment. I've heard of some magic users being able to deal... Not to deal. What is the word? Summon sunlight in some way. Or nearly.
Oh, yeah, I can probably do that too. I have to check my book to make sure, but I can pull some daylight, I can pull some water stuff.
We don't know if it would work, but if these monsters are where the sun does not touch type of monsters, then would stand to reason, theoretically at least, that something like that would be beneficial.
I'm willing to try it. You know, it can't. I mean, I guess it could be waste of a, spot under memory here or whatever for tomorrow, but it's at least worth, testing that theory.
Isol nods slightly, and then looks towards Saveth, who is curled up by, like, the fireplace. And if that's the case, we need to get you stronger much, much faster. She said, like, she pointed towards Saveth as she is saying that, and Saveth just, like, snorts, and then, like, that white fire comes out of her nose again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is getting kind of late. I should probably finish doing what I was doing, and, like, Kit will make Draco constellation kind of shrink a little bit and fly around Saveth, and then if Saveth has a little bed, it will go kind of hover over the bed where Saveth sleeps.
She will move over to the bed. It's kind of like lazily, like one leg, one claw, swiping at the constellation. And Isil will nod slightly. Thank you for your help. I am sorry for interrupting what you were doing.
No, it was, probably pretty waste of time. The history book, but I will. Yeah, anytime. I don't mind helping at all.
Isil nods slightly, and I am sorry. Again, I am not a scholar, but if there's any questions, at least From my country, or about my people, I can offer what knowledge I have, as limited as it may be. So I'm sure it
Well,
won't help much.
I mean, you know more than I do. um, I'll focus on water management and sunshine things. So we'll try all the things tomorrow. Guess I should ask everyone else about the being able to, at least float. Everybody should be able to float, right?
Isul just kind of like smirks and does that like side to side head maybe gesture. Yeah, I've seen some people very bad at even floating.
Well, I guess that's. Should probably ask, and Kit will kind of nod at Isul and like nod at the two that just got done taking their baths. I'll be right back, and she goes to the door and yells out the door, whoever's nearby, "Hey,
Key.
y'all float!"
Key
Wait,
training and
really?
like Alter and Saveth just like or not Saveth, Alter and Silver's just like walking up the path.
Yeah.
And Kit pops out. Hey, can y'all float?
Studying for things for tomorrow to help us, with what we gotta do.
Did you say float?
I mean, yeah, there's going to be possible water down there.
You hear from inside just this like, if that is still my brother that you're talking to, he better be able to swim.
Just immediately like exhausted with the conversation that he just got introduced in.
I mean, yes or no, like.
Yes, I can float. Do I not look buoyant?
No.
I mean, maybe.
Considering
I-
the number
Going
of
to
times I
poke a hole
dunked you
in my
under the
sister.
water.
He pulls out his sword, just like, I'm just going to go poke a few holes in my sister very quickly. I'll be right back.
Kid, I think you should just bring it just in case.
Yeah, I was going to bring some, things that will help keep the water back for a while. It won't last very long, but it may give us some time in case it starts rising pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Have to
They
look and
can't-
see.
You can't be underprepared.
No. I mean, should we get, I can make us like walk on the water, but I don't know if that's gonna do us any good. Maybe. So I was just trying to see, if I needed that one. Like I got it. I can do it. I just need to study tonight. I can control the water. Didn't know if anybody would like to, walk on it. I can do that too.
Walking on water sounds like it could cover all the bases.
As long as the ceiling didn't squish you, like that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Right.
Well, there's no way to
Well-
cover all the bases, unfortunately. Just as many as you can.
True, true. I will take one thing off and put the one thing on, and then do daylight, and yeah, it'll be fine as long as
Oh yes,
you all continue to doing the good job that you're doing. Front.
Kit found out, I don't know that the two of you know, but Kit found out that there may be void creatures under the water tomorrow.
Oh, this is positively fucking delightful.
Yeah,
You're kidding.
apparently, it doesn't have to be nighttime. It just has to be dark.
I don't know why I thought it had to be nighttime. Now that you say that, it seems so stupid.
No, right? I like it when I was taught that. I was like, oh my god, like this puts new whole meaning to the monster under the bed because it's usually dark under there too. I don't know.
Lovely. Alright. The stage just gets better and better.
But I'm, going to pull something that will cause like it to look kind of like daylight in there. So we'll see how they react to that. They may not care, but it's worth figuring out and either checking that box or taking it away.
Yes, if we're going to have to continue dealing with these things on any regular basis, trying to figure out what few weaknesses they may have is a task we're going to have to undertake at some point.
I'm still going to keep Revivify, but I had to get rid of punishment, which I don't really use, very often anyway. So, yeah.
Alright, well, use your best judgment.
It like writes down a note in her little book that she's carrying about what to possibly study tonight, and then she writes one more thing down. I think I got it. We'll do as much waterness as I can without getting rid of any healing, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Nothing to worry about, right?
Oh, yes.
Wait, what could be down there anyway? Like,
Fuck if I know.
I would like to have something actually of value, but knowing our luck, we don't actually want to know the answer to that question.
It's never good.
it's true. I'm also thinking that, we really don't have to find out. We can just let it fill up with water and seal it back up and pretend that it's not even down there. It is an option. Doubt shadows can drown, but they'll have to swim forever.
There's like a stare of disbelief from Alter, like, are we talking to the same person?
It's right. They're down there.
No, yeah, totally agree with you. Just like, surprised.
I mean, I don't want your soul to get eaten.
Yeah, that was not enjoyable.
I don't want to get my soul eaten either, so we're on the same fucking page.
Unfortunately, I think our souls are going to be eaten at some point anyway. With all that profession.
Shush. Don't say that. Don't say that. Why would you even risk that at all? This... Oh,
Still just gives him this a single arched brow.
you are going to jinx this whole fucking thing. Just a big sweeping gesture. Stop looking at me like I'm insane.
I am simply
You know I'm
facing
right.
the reality of all of this.
Simply facing the reality of all this. You're being... You have no concept of luck at all, and you're just jinxing all of it.
When has luck ever been on our side, brother?
Well, maybe if you'd stop pissing it off.
Small snort from Isul.
Alright, what do we do? What's next?
Yeah, it sounds like everybody's getting ready to move on.
Well, there's
Do you
still
guys wanna-
two more RP things that need to happen.
Okay.
Apology to Key.
There's an altar and a key conversation and a Silverus and Isul conversation.
I want to check if Iris is
Yeah.
good before Key talk. And if not, Alter can put a pin in it until
We can
later.
always do text chat as well, if that is
Mhm.
necessary.
see that an iris unmuted. But I do not hear an iris.
She's working on her headset. Give her a second.
Oh, okay. Oof, I cracked my knuckle and it hurts a lot.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. Are you good to do the things?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay.
You get summoned to the front of the cabin by Kit popping out and just yelling, "Can any of you float?"
I guess he would walk around trying to find the sources of life.
I think everybody is in the doorway or just inside the cabin.
Seeing the group kind of gather, he just kind of hangs back, like she's with the group, but she's behind everyone, kind of thing, just trying to not be noticed. I can float, but it's not a problem.
Can you swim as well?
Nod.
Well, see, there we go.
Just trying to, you know, make ourselves as prepared as possible, you know, for the unknown, if that is even a possibility. But, you know, we know it's going to be at least somewhat watery.
Well, and if anybody doesn't know how to swim, then that's a skill that they're going to need to learn soon anyway, so...
Yeah, you know, but you don't want it to be like a sudden whoosh of water and then... I'll at least try to keep the... If water rises really fast, I will try to keep it away from everyone long enough for us to make preparations of some sort. For 10 minutes is all I can do, but it's enough to maybe think about something and possibly come up with a solution, or at least a way out.
He, keeping her head down and keeping her eyes to the floor, nods and says, "Well, if there's anything I can do to help, no, I'll be sure to do my part."
You always do. You're such an amazing little one. You know that, you know? Like, not little as in little. I mean, I'm little too, is what I mean. Little as in, you know, 3 littles. And she looks over to Issel.
And you get this, like, very slow raised brow when you look at Hazel.
I mean, you know, like, we have to stick together. You know, the Talls, they've got several more minutes of water rising before they have to panic.
See, no, you're missing the point. You just stand on their shoulders, and then you still win.
So,
She looks at Alter.
Also just gives you an absolutely empty death glare.
You wouldn't
You
save
think you're so fucking cute.
You wouldn't save your sister if the water was rising really fast?
That has nothing to do with the conversation, and I object to answering that. He crosses his arms.
Yeah, we know. You would.
And Isol will
Just too
slowly look
proud.
back at Key. And why the hell are you looking like a kicked puppy?
I'm not sure what you mean. Keeping her eyes on the floor.
Alter feels like a stare from Silphris.
Alter will he slides to the back of the room so that he's out of eyesight of anybody. He's just like leaned against the wall, hanging out. You know, nothing suspicious here. Hanging out. And once he is backed away from everyone's sight line, he'll cast message and hit Key with it and say like, I want to apologize for earlier, but I couldn't find you outside.
Keith's ears twitch, but she keeps her, she stiffens a little bit, but keeps her posture kind of similar to trying to take up as little space as possible. There's a pause before she says, there's nothing to apologize for. If I just miss that you talk to Silverus if you want information, please.
He nods. And he looks still kind of distraught, like, oh, I'm so stupid. Now?
The only portion of the, like, conversation that, like, Isul got was the, like, I don't know what you mean, and Isul just, like, stares at Key for a second. You feel the stare.
Oh yeah, she feels it.
And then you just get this, like, kind of huff from Isul, and she just, like, shakes her head and, like, okay, well, this one's not talking. And looks away from Key, focusing back on Blaze.
Okay. Should we
Quiet.
continue at this point? Or what would you guys like to do?
Long rest?
We can long rest. Next
Is
day.
Silverus not talking to Isul?
Yeah, Silver's. I just want to know if Alter was going to talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
me a little more.
He will do it later. Because he doesn't want to, like, sequester time in front of anybody, because he's like, no, that's gonna not feel good. Or go over well.
Okay.
He will not interact unless interacted with at this point.
Oh,
We broke the bunny in
puppy.
one day. That's a new accomplishment.
whipped puppy.
Yup.
This bitch.
Hmm. Is Key still outside?
If no one is going to want to, if anyone doesn't need her, she will try and go back outside to what she was doing.
Okay.
If it gets too late, though, she'll go to bed. But yeah.
All right. Silver should probably stop her for a second. You know, head pat, tap on shoulder. I imagine she does this a lot. There's like, just a little, like, couple second, like, check in, you okay? Good. Hug, head pat, tap on shoulder, minor illusion, yellow rose on Key's, like, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, lapel? Lapel, thank you.
Like right
Mhm.
near her collar.
Yeah. I imagine that she does that a lot.
Smile. She appreciates the gesture. She really likes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And Silverus is going to, square her shoulders and just approach Isul. It looked like she was, like, getting fired up a little bit, but then she remembers Alter's words, and she's like, okay, tone it down a little bit, I guess, if I have to. Just deep breath, neutral expression, approaches Isul.
Isul's just chilling in a chair, Blaze in her lap, like, enjoying the quiet.
Waiting for the fuck do you want?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll approach Isul. Mind if I talk to you for a moment?
And she just kind of looks up at you and, like, you get this, like, arched brow. That's about as good of a, like, go-ahead as you usually get from Isul.
Alright, well, I'll just make this quick. Sorry, I got distracted. My bed. I'll just make this quick. I'd like to make myself clear and establish a clear boundary that calling me princess, lady, royalty, or anything along those lines is crossing a line. And I'm asking you to not do that again.
Other brow goes up to meet the other one, so both her brows are raised, and you just kind of see her, like, taking you in for a moment.
Just standing there. She is not backing down. You can tell that she is fighting. She is trying very hard to appear neutral and not pissed off or bitchy.
And that only applies to me and my brother, or does that apply to everybody?
It applies to everybody. However, the two of you seemed to forgot what the word stop meant today. So I'm asking you now, and making myself as clear as possible, so that this does not happen again.
There is, again, there's kind of the blank neutral expression that Isul has for a moment. Has Alter excused himself as well?
Yeah, he is not in the room. He's not outside, but he's not in the room.
Okay. So it's only Silverus and Isul then. And you see this kind of like head tilt. Does it make you sad or does it make you pissed off?
Does that really matter?
A little bit, yes.
I think all that matters is that I don't like it, and I will not stand to be called that again when I have clearly conveyed to not do that.
Well, I'm not
How
going
would
to do
we-
it, but I would still like to know the answer.
I do not wish to share that answer with you.
Can you just get this like little hum and slight nod? And she goes back to petting Blaze.
Get a nod. And Silverus is gonna go to bed. She is done with today.
Bitch still has my thing though.
Honestly, Silver's probably forgot. She'll give it tomorrow, probably. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Silver's has a lot on her fucking mind at the moment.
And she
I'm gonna be
probably
real with you, Chief. She doesn't fucking know what you're talking about. She has left the building.
Silverus has a lot going on at the moment. That is not a priority. She will remember when she suits up for tomorrow and go and finds it in her pockets.
So I'm also imagining you're saying this, and there's very clearly Tiara peeking out from underneath Hood.
Yep.
Do not call me.
Like I said, she's dealing with a lot at the moment.
If you pull down the hood while you're heading towards your room, you just hear this like snort.
She doesn't. Yeah, but that's it for Silvers. She is emotionally done with speaking to people unless it's Key.
Oh,
Key doesn't count.
Did Kit want to talk to Key, or did Kit just get out
Yeah.
of the room?
No, Kit went to go find Key. So making me like mess up. Key went to Kit went to go find Key, and is doing like just checking up on her, but doing the same kind of thing. She's like, "Well, it worked with Samantha." She's like doing a little bunny constellation that kind of maybe hops on the ground toward Key.
Aw.
So in the snow, you'll see that there are lines that are pretty much identical. As if she'd been practicing steps for some kind of dance or choreography, essentially. And she keeps walking those lines. And when she sees the bunny, she looks at it and it's like, "Oh, that's cute. Can I help you with anything?"
I was just coming to check on you. You seem kind of down. I was, just to see if I could help with anything.
Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I'm fine.
And everyone says that, but are we really? Everybody's got, But just want to make sure that you know that I'm here if you need someone. I don't know. Like, you don't have to tell me anything, but if you need somebody to just sit beside you and do Pretty Little Stars or whatever, take your mind off of whatever it is, I guarantee you I don't know anything if anybody is whatever, not like who I'm going to tell, But, yeah. You're really good, like... don't know what I'm trying to do here, except that I don't know what's the issue going on, but I want you to know that you're very impressive, and whatever anybody said to you, I don't know if somebody said something to you that got you down this bullshit, you're awesome. And yeah. I'm not very good at this. I don't know what to say other than welcome to the clan.
As you both are talking, you can hear footsteps approaching you guys, and you turn and you see Chesed holding up a couple cups of coffee.
Nice night we're having here. Yes.
I heard the commotion. Thought I'd come offer some other people who enjoy the nighttime.
Yeah.
Set down a cup of coffee for each of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Takes
Looks
the coffee
over
and sips
to
it.
Key. And what were you doing?
Just practicing.
Do you mind if I join you?
I mean, if that's what you want.
He nods.
Do you...
Show me.
Kit will take her drink and go sit down on the nearest thing and just get ready for the show.
Key was not prepared for this, but she is a professional dancer, so she will do her best, as always. Do you know the steps to... I can't think of a name of something, some kind of awesome dance.
The cha-cha slide.
Yeah, do you know the cha-cha slide?
Oh my god.
Demonstrate for me.
Huh?
Demonstrate for me, if you would.
Okay.
show me the slide.
The cha-cha.
No. Pain. But funny. Okay. So she takes a breath and focuses her self and begins doing a dance. following again the lines that she had already treaded in the snow, hopefully in perfect succession.
So he's watching you, and as you do a couple of steps, he starts doing his best to mimic you. Like he's got the steps down, but you could tell he doesn't have the flow or function of it, so he kind of stumbles. Oof. I didn't know my legs could do that.
Maybe if you tried turning your foot that way, it kind of helps with balance a little bit.
And as you say that, he immediately just trips and collapses on himself. But he just gets back up.
Oh no, he's a sweetie.
I'm sure you can get it. I mean, you've got the steps, right? It just takes a little practice, you know?
Well, it's okay to make mistakes. Takes a sip. Takes a sip of his coffee before trying again. Failing harder than before. Getting back up, dusting himself off the snow.
How about this one? This one's a little easier. And she does a much simpler dance than Cha-Cha Slide.
He gets a little down. You can tell
She
he's very
starts
good at
doing the
memorizing.
fucking Macarena.
Yeah, you can tell he's very he does it. He begins doing like the motions. You can tell he's very good at mimicking steps, but he just like doesn't have like the flow of a dancer. So it looks like he's more like doing the robot than the Macarena.
Oh. No, that's pretty good though. Like you catch on pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not quite the dancer that one of my friends is, but I thought I'd give it a try.
You have a friend who's a dancer?
Oh yeah, they're a professional dancer. If you're ever in Adreska, I'll be sure to send you their address.
She nods, a little excitedly. I do enjoy learning from other professionals.
He nods. Well, it's natural.
Do they have a certain specialty, or have they traveled?
Oh, I'm sure they've traveled more than you can possibly imagine. He nods as he begins to sip his coffee. It seems that the mood around here is lightened up a little bit. Are you alright?
Looks over to Kit.
Oh, is this the room, Kit? I got to go again.
Turns to Kit.
Yeah.
As if he was speaking to her, kind of thing.
Oh no, he's speaking to you.
And she turns to Kit.
Oh, like I can totally oh, look over here, this neat awesome thing. Let me go over here. Suddenly this thing catches my attention and yeah. Coffee. I will be back. Holler if you need me.
Abandoned.
No, I was like, I read it like as in, like, are you okay? Like, I can't speak while Kit is here.
So Kit literally just disappeared. Just poof.
She's literally like right beside beside the house, but like, I'm like, gonna still drop some eaves because, like, we don't really know Coffee Dude. He seems awfully nice. But, he is not as old as the rest of us, but probably more experienced than Kit is, but Kit's still like, you know what? No, my dude, I'm gonna be like right here. He's invisible.
Oh, you can cast invisible. Okay.
Disappears around the
just
corner.
You
Cast
just turn the
invisible.
kid. There's like a dotted line where you remember kid's outline to me.
Oh. I I wonder where she went. I hope she's okay. Maybe we should find her.
I'm sure she's quite alright. So he keeps talking to you, but he's still practicing the Macarena while he's talking to you. By the way, so just
Um, he doesn't really know what to do, so she like looks between him and the cabin, and if you needed to talk to anyone else, I mean, I can go get them for you if you want, or you can go in probably warmer.
well, I'm not gonna make you talk if you don't want to. I know that it can be a bit scary coming across new people. This is the part of the dance where he shakes his head.
I know it could be scary, shakes booty.
And then, go on. Go
No,
on.
you go first.
No, go on. Go on.
I didn't have anything to say. Go ahead.
Speak.
No, you hang up.
Go, Piper.
I'm not gonna force you to talk or anything, but I could tell that you were worried about something, so just say what I've come to say. You know, things are supposed to be hard, you know? If it wasn't, everybody would do it. As he shakes his butt again.
Hey, Macarena.
But it being hard means that it's worth doing, and making mistakes just means you're being challenged. So don't let one mistake bring you down, alright?
It just I just feels like I keep messing up, and I'm not trying to, and I'm just making things difficult.
Well, are you intending to make things difficult?
No,
Then it's okay. Like I said, it's supposed to be challenging. It's
No.
proof that you're being challenged.
but not if it makes other people's lives worse.
That's where talking comes in. I can tell that you're shy and that you don't want to upset anybody, but the worst thing you can do is punish yourself. Not only because you'll go down that spiral, but it might cause actual problems down the road. And I'm saying this both for your emotional and your physical stability, not just, one or the other.
What do you mean by that?
Well, negativity draws the void, after all.
Well, I mean, apparently these are meant to deal with them, so maybe that's good. Then?
Those can deal with the void, yes, but if your emotions grow to too strong of a degree, you might end up attracting something you can't deal with. But even then, even if this wasn't a physical threat, you deserve to be happy. As does your friend and your friends, or will be friends.
There are more people out there that deserve to be happy.
Well, I quite agree with you. But you're one of them.
It's okay to make mistakes. And besides, you're young. You're going to continue to make mistakes. What's important to learn is that it's just proof that it's hard, and that it's okay for things to be hard. Takes a sip of his coffee. And then somehow trips.
I'll help him up.
Gets up. Yeah, slowly gets up. I mean, this is hard for me. I can't help but think I'm doing a sort of different sort of dance altogether. But it's still worth doing.
Well, I mean, it's not really good to practice this kind of stuff in the snow, so maybe it'd be better if, went somewhere warmer, more suited.
That's good advice. You should follow it too. Enjoy the cup of coffee. I left a potato by it. Ruffles your hair, and then I'm gonna go check on Gerbera. I'll see you. I'll see you later.
Thanks. Noms on potato. Ignores the coffee. Noms on potato.
Is it a raw potato? Is it at least baked?
No.
What? It's okay. She's not a fucking caveman. Okay.
No, I didn't know how your good potato works.
There is a fire.
Does your good potato just make baked potatoes, like wrapped up in foil?
Right.
Like what?
I flavored it as like wedges, potato wedges. Okay.
Then I guess it'll be a baked potato then. No sour cream though.
That's fine. Doesn't need sour cream. As long as it's baked and cooked. He's not a fucking caveman.
Okay, fair.
I mean, she will if she has to. I won't deny that.
There we go.
But fuck you, Piper.
Even the potato fiend has standards.
Okay.
Invisibly.
So you are left alone now.
She will sit down and enjoy her potato at night.
Do you accidentally sit on Kit?
Sit.
Evens or odds, Mandy?
Because Kit can't move or else the tracks in the snow.
Evans.
Okay. She doesn't step on you. Or
Oh, you
sit
get a
on you.
+1. You get a +1 to your roll.
Take the +1, take the +1.
So literally, Key sits right next to the invisible you, enjoying her potato and coffee.
He seemed really nice.
Key jumps.
No, I'm sorry that I stayed, but I didn't want something to happen to you. Nobody know. You don't know. Like, we literally just met this man. But he seems awfully nice and, really smart, full of advice, and really great coffee. So seems like a pretty nice dude. But,
Key was startled, but she looks at Kitten and looks around her a little bit and hands her her cup of coffee that is hopefully warmer.
drops invisibility. Oh my god, you sure you don't want the coffee, I'll drink it.
I can't imagine standing still for that long was very good. You're probably freezing. Actually, do you want to go inside?
It's probably a really good idea. Because it's getting dark, and you know about the things about the nighttime and the darkness, so we should probably head inside.
Mhm.
Safety, or at least to relative safety. Um, yeah, I think he's right though. You know, like they did a lot better than me. But you're pretty awesome. So those ears up.
Only if you keep yours up.
Aw. Animal friends.
Yeah. Deal, okay? Like we'll both do it. And if I see those ears flop for any other reason other than to just be cute, we'll have to do something about that.
He holds up a pinky.
All these people wanting promises, and she'll like do her pinky too.
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh, this is a promise that I promise to keep, and it's like on pain of death, not really gonna die, because this is how serious I'm going to take our promise.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna die if you feel sad, so I don't want to die if I feel sad.
My promise, I'm keeping the promise, you know, to keep the ears up.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So if I see you sad, then I promise to come help you cheer up.
I'll do the same for you.
So go get warm. The potato is going to be turned to iced potatoes. The potato sickle, potato cube. Anyway, it'd be a good weapon, you know. Kip starts to stand up with her too, instead of coffee.
I really want the two of you to walk into the cabin talking about the benefits of using potatoes as weapons, with Isul sitting at the front table, just like,
Yeah, like
the hell?
potatoes, you know, like there are certain things you get yourself a nice slingshot and make sure those babies stay frozen. You'll probably couldn't, like, I don't know, like you probably will knock someone out.
They do have a certain denseness to them, and I don't think they actually can get, like, if you solidify the water in it, like, they could get pretty hard.
I mean, we can try that. You know, after tomorrow, I can just pull some spells and we can try freezing some potatoes and see what the impact will be. I've already promised that I will try to fix Ilvris after tomorrow. So I will freeze your potatoes.
Focus on helping Sylvie first. Okay?
I mean, I can do both. It doesn't, you know, I can freeze potatoes and remove a curse all in the same day.
Sound a little indignant, like, I can fucking do both.
Like, really? Like, I can freaking move water and turn invisible. I can freeze potatoes. No big deal.
Well, if I can help in any way, feel free to ask what I can do.
You're a super big help, and I couldn't have, like, handled all of that healing, you know, with against the lady that was all ice, you know, like, MG, you were like on the spot with that. Oh, I do want to tell you, don't tap yourself out. Like, you know, we need like a hand signal, you and I. You know, like when you're getting close to being out of your stuff, just, you know.
I mean, I was fine. Like, I just want to make sure everyone was okay.
Well, I want to
And
make
no
sure
one went
you're
down.
okay. That's true, but I don't want you to, you know. I want to make sure you're okay. There's lots of, I mean, you know, you're important. Not just everyone else. Like, I promise you that I will, like, if they fall, you're not the only one, but just don't know if because maybe you think you have to prove something to everyone. Don't do it. I mean, like, you did great. You don't have to, like, shoot yourself in the foot trying to do all the things. You're great at. I don't know what I'm trying to say or how I'm trying to say it, but don't ruin yourself trying to help other people.
Well, I won't.
No,
I
but
I mean I think you're pretty awesome yourself. To be honest. If it wasn't for you, I think you still would have gotten way more injured.
so yeah, the altar
And
would have probably, been, down if it weren't for you. So we'll just have to, keep. How are we supposed to do this? Like, I've not worked with another one before, like. Let me help you. Help me.
I
don't want you to.
understand. Usually I'm the one left with keeping people up.
Yeah. So I think, we need to think tonight about what our plan will be for tomorrow. I don't want you hurt at all. Like, you look pretty hurt after the earlier.
I don't want anyone else to get hurt.
I understand that. I really do. I know that Silverus does not want you hurt. Or does anyone else? So, I guess what I'm saying is you can lean on me a little bit, I won't let anything happen to anyone either.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I'll try to. I'll try to accept your help more.
I just don't want you to get hurt. Like, you're very important and super important to Silverus, and would break her heart if thing happened to you. I can tell.
Yeah, but if anything happened to Sylvie, like, I don't know what I would do with myself.
Well, look, I will make sure nothing happens to either one of you or the twins. We'll all be fine.
If something happens to me, could you make sure Sylvie's okay, though? Please?
Its eyes go really wide, and her ears start to go back a little bit, but she pops them back up and puts the pinky back out. I promise.
Oh.
She gives a very, very happy and bright smile and crosses pinkies with the kid. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's not turn you into anything like this frozen potato. So let's go inside, get some good night's sleep. Hey, and just I've got you, Isu, and you can focus on. I'll turn Silverus tomorrow if that's what you want, but I will split it up 2 and 2.
None.
That way you don't have to worry about everybody. You can focus, and we'll like a secret handshake or something. Well, no, that won't work. Some sort of something. Let me know when you're starting to get low, and I'll know to watch out for everybody too.
Okay, I can do that. It is a bit easier for me to heal people when they're close together. They're not like strong. They're not big heals or anything, but I can at least keep people up.
Whatever.
Going.
So would it be better for you to watch Isu and Alter then, since they'll be close together?
Nod.
Okay, we'll do
I
that.
think that
then.
would be best.
And I can do pretty far away, so I've got you and Silverston.
It sounds like a plan.
She just smiles and nods.
Big happy smile in return.
Heads inside. Gets ready, pulling her studying from our book.
Uh, 10-minute break the next day.
Sure.
Sure. Also, I've been waiting on this,
Yeah.
but here. I want to wait until the conversation was over to send this.
Anything can be a weapon if you try hard enough.
What are you two fucking talking about?
Isul the
Frozen
like
potato projectile.
Isul's like the fighter tactician and it's just like weaponizing potatoes. What the hell?
I can get catapult, and we can throw potato.
That's what I was
Yes!
thinking.
Just
Potato launcher!
like if Isul's even within earshot, it's just like just pick up a rock. It's harder.
It's about sending a message.
That's right. I'm going to kick you like this potato if you don't.
You've heard of potato on your, or you've heard of egg on your face? Now it's potato, bitch.
Just pick up a rock.
Let go of my potatoes.
Oh boy. Oh shit, guys. That was 2.5 hours of RP. High five, everyone.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Good job, everybody.
I was gonna
I
ask
hope
if-
you're prepared, Piper, for us to do all of that content.
Oh yeah. I didn't think we'd get to all of it today, but I did prepare it all. If there's any NPCs that you guys want to talk to while they're here, because everybody except Clan Regalia is going to return home.
Yeah, I feel like we should too, honestly. But I guess we're gonna go dungeon delving.
I
You mean fungin delving?
Isul's the one that volunteered the group. If you guys want to go back, she can be outvoted.
You can return. I don't mind.
What was the purpose of doing this in the first place again? Holy shit, I never saw the Holy Blood fucking screen. Holy shit, that's so fucking cool.
Treasure hunting for the most part.
Yeah, treasure hunting, maybe magic items, and then if there is something, being able to attach the clan more firmly to solving this, sorting things out.
Reputation, basically.
I will say you guys will get reputation regardless of if you stay or go. There is potential plot down there, but even if you guys don't go do the plot, they're gonna go do the plot, and it's gonna advance regardless.
Nice.
Okay, so we might as well see the plot.
Nah, fuck it. Let them handle it.
I mean, we've been here
Let's
all this
rob 'em.
time. We've been here all this time. We might as well do, actually get the plot out of it.
Yeah. Especially because Silvers doesn't want to, but she's not going to raise up too much of a fuss. Because the last thing she wants is someone to ask her too many questions about why she doesn't want to go down there.
At you.
That's the last thing she fucking needs at the moment. Yeah, just pull up water walking, just in case, man. You never know. What if someone forgets how to swim? It happens.
Bring some floaties with us.
How's everybody's time looking tonight, by the way?
I don't know if it's time or energy that you should be asking about.
Because I was like, if you guys have energy, we can go longer if you have the time for it. I don't mind.
I'm probably not gonna be able to go longer.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So do we just want to call it here? Because it's been 3 hours.
I would at least like to get, at the very least, set up so that we can just fucking take off at the next session, whenever that happens. Which it could happen at the drop of a hat. Who fucking knows?
Huh. Gives you another chance. Have Alter properly apologize to Key on the walk there.
Shut up.
So, I was going to plan an optional encounter that you guys could maybe stealth through, but I could also just give you the summary and just plop you where I imagine the session would start next time, if you guys just want to bypass that part.
No, I don't want to, like, auto bypass anything. Because there's... You don't know if we're going to be fucking smart enough to be able to stealth past
Fair.
it.
Fair. That's why I brought up the option to do so. And, like, I can make it like a skill challenge rather than like an actual encounter, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, we could also deal with it on our way out.
Oh, when we're depleted
Well, no,
of our
if you
resources.
dealt with it, it would be dealt getting to it.
Mm.
Your exit's handled.
I am concerned with how you said that.
This means it's either going to be something very big, or it's going to be the ex machina of Claire.
Blackhawks start hovering over the lake. A SWAT team rappels down.
We have the eject button.
I'm down for whatever. You
That's
know
up to you
me,
guys.
RP addiction.
Yeah. Go 4 more minutes and just start at the turn of the next hour.
Okie doke.
Thumbs up. Joe had 0. Sorry. But I was listening a little bit because there's some stuff in there that I was about to be like, yeah. But I forgot.
No prob, Bob. My mind is like floating a little bit because
Yeah.
painkillers.
Yeah.
But I'm here. Little unfocused, but here.
Hill.
But,
You know, all in all, I think this group is starting to come together.
Just needed a little advice from an outside party.
What?
Just needed some advice.
And a lot of wine.
Yeah. Yep.
A
a
lot
lot
of
of
wine.
wine.
Yep. I think Silver's counting on sharing that with Alter. She's like, I don't think I should drink all of this, I hope he drinks some of this. Nope. All right. Down the fucking hatch, I guess.
Sleep good tonight.
Yep. She was fucking. She is not made for talks like this, and she is aware of that. This is her weak point. Oh, hit the wrong thing. You feeling okay though, Iris?
Yeah, just a little like floaty is the best way to put it. And also stomach hurts if I move, so I try not to move.
That's what the heavy
But
meds will
moving,
do.
but moving is inevitable.
Oh, hugs. Also, my lower vocal register hurts a lot.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't talked much all day. So.
Okay, turn of the hour. Long rest. Next day. Do we have everybody?
Yeah.
Alright. Let it be said for the record. Aspiring leader while we're getting ready.
Okay. So getting ready, you all have your things packed. You meet Clan Regalia at the church, which has now been mostly clear of enemies. The Clan Raysound is still working on guarding the place, but there's also a bunch of more relief efforts into the city now as people begin working on the ice sculptures that are still there, trying to defrost them slowly but surely. Some of the snow is starting to melt already, so your way is a lot easier, if not a lot sloshier. When you guys arrive at the teleport circle, you guys take it. You arrive back at that arena where you fight Shiva, and you see that the platform has a staircase that's going down off into the city. Following it, you arrive at what appears to be the ruins of a forgotten city of sorts. It looks to be both more modernized than what you're used to, but it's also so decrepit. Hang on, I got to turn on Fog of War for this. Turn on Fog of War. Turn on Fog of War. And then I gotta reveal areas. Then I gotta move the party over here.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Are we at the very top?
All the way down south, you could see what you and Clara talked about previously in the last session, where there's just a building that's larger than most.
Alter being the tiniest one.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Piper.
The jokes just write themselves. That's all I have to say. Clara. Oh.
Oh shit.
And then where is Usan?
Ah shit, I have to take notes again.
So, yeah. So, as Isil and Claire had mentioned, there is a larger building all the way to the south that you guys were planning on going towards.
The path branches forward and to the right. As you all begin to approach, you're beginning to pick up on traces of existence now that you've been encountering it so much that you can sort of just feel the darkness in the air, which, by the way, it's almost pitch black.
My weapon's glowing.
Yes.
Flashlight.
Well, and we figured out some way of handling the darkness situation last time, but I forget what it was.
Silvers has a hooded lantern.
There we go. Lantern.
I don't know how long daylight lasts, or if you can move it. So
An hour, and it can be on an object that I'm holding as well. So it says it can be one that isn't being worn or carried, but it also choose upon an object you were holding or one that isn't being worn or carried. So it can go with the object.
Still wouldn't cast it until we have a...
Need to?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't want to use spells until we feel like we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so lantern can do fine for now. Hooded lantern, go!
What's the radius on that?
Let me pull it up real quick.
Well, and everybody has torches, I think, for the meantime. It's just the only thing we're gonna have is the hooded lantern once a fight starts.
Right.
So they are fine though.
The elf is not. Hooded lantern casts bright light in the 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh, I imagine Silvers would have took out the lamp, went up to Isul, point at halberd.
You're wanting to hang it off of her halberd?
I meant like light it. Light the lamp with lava halberd.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't know that it... Like, Isul just, like, looks at you, and then looks at her halberd, and just pulls out a fucking match.
10 feet, nice. Okay, so Kit is lookout.
Yeah, Kit can see.
Kit can see.
Yeah. You could see Yusad sort of looking around. There's a lot of presence here. A lot of things that want us dead by the looks of it.
Oh,
But
boy.
I can also tell that they haven't been alerted to us yet. So if we play our cards right, we might be able to slip past them altogether.
Was that Claire talking?
No, that was Yusad.
Yusad. Okay.
And Claire just kind of nods in agreement.
Should I put the hood on this lantern down? Or does light level not matter?
It's hard to say, but if you could dim it so that it won't go across any corners as we come across, that might be a little helpful.
Consider it done.
That's when Claire speaks up. Well, obviously, the fastest way is a straight line, but we might also encounter a lot of resistance that way. So, should we take different routes and try and get there, or should we just proceed downwards?
There's a bunch of buildings, right?
Yeah.
How tall are they?
They vary between 1 to 2 stories.
Okay. Silvers
I
can't
am
see.
going to reveal an area. That's your goal.
Oh shit, this map is bigger than I thought. Okay.
Well, if we're going to go straight, we should probably stick together if there's going to be a lot of resistance.
We could try going around. The only problem is that we can't really... Well, At least if I were to climb up, I wouldn't really be able to see very far without having the lantern completely open.
In addition to that, we don't really know the layout of the land, is the only other issue that I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we don't know if there's actually is an around.
A little flag there as well.
I don't know how much help it'll be, but my chakrams come back to me, so I could throw them to get some light further down, and then have them summon them back.
And just how far can you throw them?
I think it's 60 is the extended range.
And I'm assuming Kit has made it known that Kit can see in the dark.
Yeah, like I can see pretty far.
So she'll look at Kit. Is that any further than you can see?
I can see 120 feet.
Oh.
Precisely. After that, it gets dark.
Wow, you have your exact measurements of how far you can see, huh?
No, we tested this.
Wild.
I took a lot of measuring tape to figure that out.
This is a lot of measuring tape. Several of them tied together.
Mm.
So I think that just means that we need to keep Kit at the front of the group for right now, so that she can see as far as possible.
Well, I can see as well, so that's not too big of an issue as well.
See? We're fine. You know?
But the more eyes, the better. So come on up.
Jesus.
Because Claire is also a Mikote, if that wasn't
Son-
clear.
Kit just kind of like smirks at the unwillingness of Kit. Don't worry, I'll push you to the back as soon as something starts off.
Okay. Shouldn't somebody have eyes in the back just in case, you know, as well?
The eyes in the back is going to be Alta and his sword, that's what.
Do I have to be in the back?
She just like looks at him. This is like deadpan look.
Just looks back at Isul and gives her like a frustrated, pouty look. Goes, "This is not fair." And he starts walking towards the back.
He fucking walk towards the back where I assume Silvers and Key are.
Okay.
Tiny token in the back.
Okay, so what is your approach going forward?
We can't really scout ahead. Because we can't see without lantern. But Kit and Claire can see. But I don't think that they are made for scouting ahead and being sneaky.
Well, I have the one trick that I can do, like, one time a day, and I kinda didn't want to use it in case we needed to, but I can go invisible and look, but I don't know if that should be saved for later or not.
I say do it.
I'm also, a source of healing, so just putting that out there as well.
Personally, I would want the person that could actually keep us alive to accidentally disappear on scouting.
Exactly. I know I can't really see, but I'd have no problem with joining you if you wanted to scout, but I cannot go invisible. Though,
I can cast invisibility.
are you sure you want to do that? I can try to just hide.
Well, if you can't see, there's not much of a point.
I just meant
Oh,
if
for
Kit
pity's
was
sake,
there.
somebody just decide to do something. If we need somebody to scout, I think it would either be one of you two as the best option. And he points to Silvers and Kit. You because your ability to turn invisible, I guess, and you because, yours is good at being quiet.
She fucking perks up. Subtly. She takes compliments very well. The only issue is that it's dark and I can't see without the lantern.
You can cast invisibility on Claire.
Silverus, make just a quick deck save to just see if you notice it in time.
Oh, well, she's in.
It.
Why?
Uh-huh.
It.
You know what
She's-
you did, Silverus.
Bruh.
No evasion for this, just straight.
Bruh.
So you notice a glint from your hooded light as you saw just tossed something at you. I'm gonna want that back.
Can she catch it? What is it?
Yeah, you can catch it. It is a monocle.
Ooh.
A monocle.
When you put your eye through it, it becomes a lot clearer for you to see. It gives you dark vision 60.
Huh.
Also, this isn't like a magical item. It looks like technology. I should also keep in mind.
Silverus is. She caught it. And she's just looking at this. She's like, this is very interesting. I will be sure to give it back, though.
That's one of the regalia that we discovered during one of our last trips. We haven't yet fully reverse engineered it, so again, we're gonna need that back.
Of course, I wouldn't dream of stealing it. The thief says,
I
with a
did
straight
not-
face. With a
Yes.
completely straight face.
Out of character, we get it. In character,
Yeah.
the only one that might get it is Alter and maybe Key. Kit
And
and
Alter ain't no snitch.
Kit and School, no fucking idea.
Mm-hmm. He would get it.
Key is smiling at the ground.
Silvers has a sense of humor. Alright, she'll take it. She'll fucking put it on. Also, this man's was wearing a monocle this entire time?
No, he had it in
Okay.
his like, air pocket.
Okay. Alright. Well, since I can't see as far, but I can try to scout ahead.
Okay, who's all going to scout ahead? Is it just Silverus?
Oh boy.
Silverus, before you go, and taps on the shoulder. Guidance. A minute, fun and be safe.
I could join you if you want. I has the decks as well.
I know. Silvers will reflexively was like gonna say like no, but she stopped herself. She's like, if you want to join me, I won't say no. And I could always use help.
Wait, hold
Key.
on. What do I have? Wait. Let's give. Okay, hit Key with Cat's Grace, so you actually have advantage on dexterity checks if you didn't have it already.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't have advantage on stealth, but I do have a high dex status more. But I'm saying out of character.
Yeah.
I've got your back. And she's going to make a Silver Sir dance part real quick.
Why?
Just in case.
Just in case. Okay.
You never know.
So you get a small but sweet smile, ruffle on the head, monocle gets attached. Alright. It's fucking showtime, I guess.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
let's start with your incredibly high stealth.
Oh boy.
No pressure or anything.
I feel all of the pressure. We're below a lake. There's so much pressure.
Under pressure.
Dun, 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 dun,
Silver's
dun.
gets like 10 feet away
I
and immediately
fucking
a crash.
hate Roll20
Wow.
so much. I knew it.
A chance you get caught here. Hold up.
I
wasn't
I was
expecting
like,
that, but
I'm trying to play Silverus as like a rogue with a +10 to stealth, right? Who is a fucking thief, but she doesn't roll well ever, and I hate it.
Do you have guidance though? You could add
Yeah.
a D4.
I do.
Pressure.
There you go.
Right.
18.
okay.
Lot
18.
better.
Thank you, Kit.
Here to help.
All right.
And
Well,
the stealth
so
from
then
Keith.
Yeah, do you want me to
and-
roll as well?
So when more than one person stealths, I take the highest and the lowest, and then I average them. So go ahead, roll your stealth key.
That's advantage.
Advantage.
So that's a 1.
Wow.
Okay. Goddamn.
Wow.
Holy shit!
Oh,
20.
no, yeah,
Just-
you rolled an 18 both times. Okay.
Just
Oh,
average that
fuck.
motherfucker.
22 and 18.
20.
It's like an average, like. So I don't think you'll get caught here, but I'm still gonna roll.
Oh god.
Nope. That's a nat 1. Your guys are fine.
Ooh.
Okay, so how far are you going?
Move your tokens.
How far do we want to go?
Well,
I'll let you guys start out closer, like you said you're getting ready. So let's start you guys like right here.
okay. So, I mean, how far can Silverus see into the darkness?
60 feet. So let me get my old ruler here.
Just bring the ruler back.
And I got clarification from Piper. I can go 60/120 for my chakrams, so I can throw them technically far.
Flare. Alright. Okay. So probably Silver should probably want to peek down this way. Make sure there's nothing there.
There's nothing here.
Okay.
Edge of map.
Go yeah. Just pretty much make her way down, peeking, checking corners.
Yeah.
So did you
Was there
check this
anything
one
over
up
this
here?
way? Yeah.
There's a oh shit, yeah. Wait, we started there.
Straight alleyway that you can see. It sort of
Okay.
moves and turns into different directions.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, yeah, she's just gonna make her way down slowly, keeping close to Key, and just checking all the corners.
Let me know where you stop.
We
Boop, boop, boop.
go down
Nothing.
like yeah. Like,
Yeah, nothing
stop
that
here.
way.
Hello there.
Aha! Duck.
So, because of your stealth, you haven't noticed it, or he hasn't noticed you. You haven't noticed it. You rolled the nat 1. It's all reversed. It's opposite day. What you see is rising up some 5 feet is a cloak, a black cloak with like a skeletal face with a large, gaping open mouth. And it seems to be wandering back and forth because as you watch, it disappears and then it reappears like some 15 seconds later. And then coming back, you just get a feeling of dread. Let's hold up. So hold up. Just doing a quick calculation. Okay, you guys are fine. Right now, you guys are fine.
So do we want to wait for it to go this way and then move further up?
Yeah, could the fucking Mikote see this shit?
I guess now that you have a source of bright light, it'd be easy for her to see. Yeah.
Kit can see 120. I mean, she couldn't see color. She could just see.
Movement at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
It's also incredibly dark, and that gives like perception penalties. That's why I was wondering, but I don't mind.
Okay. Okay. Probably turn to Key. holding out like 2 hands, one thumb pointed back to the group, and the other thumb pointed downwards or towards the objective, and like hold both hands out to key. Of like pick an option.
He wants to see what's right about here first before heading back, is what she would try and translate. Kind of like point to the alleyway across the way. Just see if we can get like a hidey hole as we progress further.
Okay. Silverswood, nod.
Hi, Sailor.
And Sailor.
So, how far are you trying to get?
You said there? To that
Yeah.
hidey hole?
And I assume you're
Yeah.
waiting for it to move, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna wait for it to saunter off. Quickly make your way down.
Fucking whoop. Or like not like into the alleyway immediately. Like,
Yeah.
at the corner and peek in to make sure it's clear
Yeah.
before we dive in. Done.
Hello there.
Aha. Another
Is there
one.
enemy?
Look to the right.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I clarified that we're not running in. Okay. So we're around here. We know there's one that way. We know there's one over there. I don't like that. Lost my train of thought. The DM measuring stick of death appeared.
Yeah.
Oh, let me hide that for you guys.
You don't have to. That's it's part of the
needed.
experience. Okay.
Okay. So I'll do this I'll say a quote unquote turn. Like every move you make a turn passes and they'll move. So you move, they'll move, etc.
Okay.
Was
Alright.
it, from what we could see, was it going up or was it going facing towards in?
Where the
This
thing at the
one.
bottom was, it was moving
No.
towards. Wait.
Cool.
Unclear at this exact moment.
All right.
Hmm.
These things are very hard to read because they're like floating skeleton robes. Is how I kind of imagine them.
Great.
Point back?
Point back.
Huh?
We're
Oh,
going to
point
head back.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like he is calling the shots here.
Okay, so you're both headed back then?
Because I thought we could check, see if this is a safer way and deal with the one rather than getting surrounded.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but we
I
can
just-
at least let them know what we see.
Mm-hmm. All right. So go back around this way, then go to the right.
That's what I say, personally.
All right. Let's do it.
I'll just hide this back for you guys.
Yay.
Go ahead and move back. I'll move the monsters accordingly. Regroup with the party.
We're good with the party.
Do we want to check this alleyway first, or do we want to regroup first?
Hmm. I want to check it first, because if it comes up while we're regrouping, that'd be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, this way.
This way. We go and try to do a little peek around this corner.
Do
Yeah.
a little peeky peek.
Unless this is like a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like, is that a thing?
yeah.
Or is that just like a not thing? Okay,
You
so
see it
like,
turns the corner.
okay. Well,
We'll move forward.
fuck it.
Move forward. The monsters move.
Wait, we move to this corner, maybe? This one?
Which one?
Do we move
Yeah,
to move to this one?
That's
Just quick peek down.
Hold on. I need to do a measurement real quick. You guys are fine. And you guys.
The anxiety is high.
And here you guys. Here you guys are.
Okay. Well, good enough for now. Regroup.
Yeah.
Time to regroup, I think. I say, unless Key wants to keep going.
No, I'm cool with that. Can
Yeah.
we see this at all, or like what's up here?
No.
Oh, not up there?
Hide that for you guys.
Alright, we're back, and we, like, probably, like, push Claire and Yasad to, not push, but, like, gesture for them to, like, step the fuck back.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, just move the fuck back. So that we're not in line of sight of that fucker. And, well, we have a couple of wandering things. And approximately to the south, I'm assuming it's cardinal directions. There's one straight down there. There's one that way, I think more southeast, and there's one directly east. But they're all moving.
So in other words, any way that we go, we're going to run into one.
Pretty much.
If we take one of the side entrances, that'd probably be best, so we don't get flanked.
Mm-hmm. We were only able to get so far. I'd say we only explored to, like, gestures, probably, like, 100 feet. Not too much, considering the paths were blocked.
Isul just kind of looks at Isad, then looks at Claire. Please tell me the two of you are capable in a fight.
We're both quite proficient. These aren't the first runes that we've gone down. I'm gonna see what the angry puppy wants. I'll be right back.
Claire has a puppy? Oh shit. Just kidding, sorry. I had to. Oh. I feel like this is a moment where Silverus
Okay, I'm back.
would. Never mind. Hell,
Oh, I mean, if you finish your conversation, I don't mind.
it didn't even start.
Okay.
It was fine.
Okay. I was just taking care of angry puppy because barking was annoying.
Bella.
Okay. Short answer: yes, they are more than capable of fighting.
Cool. Probably gonna have to fight. We can probably try to sneak.
Isul just kind of like nods slightly, and then looks back towards Saveth, or not Saveth, Silverus and Key. Well, I guess we're following your leads on this. However, I will point out that Well, I'll just bite the bullet here and say, I'm not very good at sneaking, so the fewer things I have to sneak by, the better. Kind of shakes leg and jingle jangle of metal.
Just stop. There's one right there. I get
Esau turns to you, Soul. Didn't I see you sprout wings during one of your fights?
I can only do that for a very, very short period. And it
And you don't
is
have any other means
taxing.
of flight,
No.
but you can jump pretty far too, right?
I can jump, but jumping also usually means a crash landing.
We could potentially use that as a distraction.
Oh, me as a distraction. Lovely. Let's hear it.
Didn't say you had to. Saying from where the patterns that everybody are, you might be able to like jump across a building that we're not going to. Maybe they'll come investigate. Maybe they won't.
That could be a good idea.
That's what's the best for everyone. I can try, but either I will have to continue jumping and just leading them around, or I can sprout wings, but that takes quite a lot out of my energy. I won't be potentially of much use afterward. Above table meta, it takes half of my abilities to sprout wings.
Ooh.
Just to sprout wings.
Okay.
GM reminder, one of you has an item that can deal with this, potentially. Just keeping you reminded that you have that option. One of you.
Can you tell us who?
No.
An item that would help with this?
If only there was an item that granted temporary flight. No? Okay. Carry on.
It's
Not
not
me.
me.
Yeah,
Got a
not
book
me.
that can do ice and the water.
most
Does
likely.
the ground do that?
No.
I have
Ground
a
can maybe teleport people.
magic halberd and a magic set of armor.
Are you sure one of us has the item, Piper?
Alter, don't you have pixie dust?
I don't think so.
You got it from the carnival.
Oh. Yeah, I have one use of pixie dust.
Reminding you that you do have it if you want to use it here.
Yeah, I totally did not see that in my lower inventory thing.
You don't have to use it here, but it will let you still pass your stealth check if you use it here.
I know invisibility doesn't work with sound or whatever, but it would at least help, right?
What's the range on this spell? Theoretically, silvers can minor illusion sound,
True.
but that's only 30-foot range. So that we've also got that.
Come here, Bella. Yeah.
I can also cast Blur if that's needed, if you want to do the whole bait option.
Or if you want to go super stealth, Silvers does have silent image, but these things might not be using sight.
The silent image is going to be very useful on void creatures.
Yeah.
Fire elemental from the
Mm.
send in the fighter.
That's true. We might have to deal with that coming out. But we could watch fire elementals fight with the void
Right,
void
quick a
creatures.
diversion while we run away.
Yeah, you could also just sort of like, have it fight and run off while it does that. That is an option.
Yeah. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, so we have a couple options. I think our options are what? Alter uses pixie dust on Isul to help the group stealth checks. We just fucking have Isul be a distraction. I don't think that's the most optimal answer. Bam, silent. Sorry, again.
No, I was gonna say, like, we could just use the pixie dust to let you fucking go ahead. I don't know if that's what to do after that.
We could just book it.
Yeah, we could
This
just
is also
fucking
true.
straight line it.
It's very true.
Yeah, we could send Silvers and Key up front and have Claire and the group. So we still stay together in case shit goes down, but turning corners, you send the two stealthy ones ahead. I'm just worried about this area. Right here.
Honestly, because I'm sure Piper has been moving shit around that we haven't been able to see because Piper keeps hiding the maps again. They're just gonna be all over the place, period. Like, there should be no one place of worry. The entire thing is a death trap and designed to be such.
No, that's not true.
Yes, yes it is.
But I'm just hiding patrol routes, that's all.
These are patrol routes.
Thus, making the entire thing a death trap at the moment. Because we don't know where things are.
This is a dead end, we know that.
Yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of like rubble and shit there. I'll just like mark that off.
It's ruins.
Yeah.
No. Alright. We know there's a courtyard here to the right. We don't know what's to the upper right. We know there's a courtyard in the middle right. We have no idea what's on the bottom left or bottom right. So yeah, we could alter pixie dust Isul, send Key and Silvers ahead. The little group follows. Try to be stealthies.
The thing with the pixie dust, though, if I'm not mistaken, pixie dust only lasts for like a minute.
Gotta be fast.
Yep.
So we'd have to move as quickly as humanly possible. So being strategic about the movement, if you're just wanting to have Isul pixie dusted the entire time, I don't know is going to be an option.
Well,
Here's another thought. I don't know if it's necessarily good, but we don't know if these things are working off site. Actually, I was gonna say I could have Key run into a couple of them and then cast invisibility.
I mean,
on
if you guys
herself,
want to,
because I have. Oh, sorry.
Well, if we want to figure out sight or sound or whatever, you guys can stealth again and throw some shit.
Yeah.
Or minor illusion a sound, so that you can see if they react to it to know if there's even a point to some of that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Stealth buddies again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Cat
Can you
spray
stealth?
lasts an hour, so you're still good.
Guidance again.
Please. I don't know why she is cursed.
Oh, guidance.
I can't roll above a 4 for stealth checks for Silvers. I swear to God.
You'll just make that one time where you get the 30 when it's important all the sweeter, though.
Most likely you'll get the 30 when the DC's like 5. Is when you'll get the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's a harmless stealth check while we're in the clan house hiding from another clanmate. Like,
Okay, so what is your move?
peek around first corner number 1, see if that thing's there.
Alright.
Peek. Okay. Yep, exactly. The wavelength.
Movement.
We could hide right. I think exactly right here, just to see. Wait a turn to see if this thing moves. Which way it'll move.
Yeah. Can we do that?
So your movement is to wait?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Went down that way.
I kind of want to move forward
Yeah, I want to see.
to
I want
to
move
here,
to there. All right. I was gonna
because
say
we can
here to
still
look
peek.
down.
We can still peek through. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So move. Okay. So there. Fucking. Boop. Where? Because it's gonna go probably back there. I don't want to be up here when it does move. That's the thing. Can Silver see anything down that way? Like
Which way?
this way?
You'd have to be right here at the corner, at this bottom corner.
At this corner?
Let me get my. To see past, you'd have to be like right here to see past the corner.
Is
It kind of like tape. Or hold on.
is this a wall?
No. It leads into an alleyway.
Oh, so this right here is a wall. Okay. I couldn't see that. Alright, she'll fucking do it. Does Key want to go explore somewhere else? Or join her?
I'll keep checking this way if you want.
Okay. Yeah, peek down.
I'm gonna check up here actually, just in case. See if this loops.
Jesus Christ, where the... There it is. Okay. Okay.
I think Iris moved a little bit up.
Yeah, I'm running over
Yeah.
here.
No go.
Okay.
No go.
That's
Okay.
bunch of rubble.
Gotcha.
Can we keep the areas that are known rubble highlighted and like shown?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's no problem.
Thank you. Okay, so it just moved to here, right? I saw it move, right?
Yeah, you did see it move past you.
She's gonna wait. If he wants to move, go ahead. Yep. Okay.
Probably step back.
Okay. Are these like able to be ducked into? Like she can see that this is like empty?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay, so this is the first time you both are starting within 30 feet of it. You both will take 2d8 necrotic damage.
Oof! Okay.
So I will let you both roll that. And this is
Ow.
whenever you start your turn in its area.
Okay. So we both roll 2d8?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, temp HP.
Yep. Okay. Fuck this shit.
Let's just bum rush it. Fuck it.
Yeah, back to the fucking group. Oh wait, Silver's is gonna... The whole purpose of this was to minor illusion.
Yeah,
So-
see if
yeah.
it responds to sound.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So... Silver's is gonna wait till it moves so she can go back. Without being seen.
Okay.
Well, as soon as we
where
figure out our
you-
plan of attack, Mandy, I think we'll finish.
Yeah.
I can honestly just speed this up as well. I don't mind. I want to start you off at
Okay.
a good place. So
All right. So she's just gonna try to retreat as soon as the coast is clear, and then
yes, they do respond to sound. I'll just
okay, thank you. So regroup.
go ahead.
Regroup. Oh,
Boom.
relay information. Go. I'm not relaying information in character to save time.
Yep.
All the knowledge is
I
you have it.
understand perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Right. So they do respond to sound.
Isil just sighs and stands a little straighter. You see her like loosening a couple things to make herself extra jankly.
Are you going to be the distraction? We can't just try to get through this as quickly as possible.
Isil just like shrugs slightly. We can try, but when has anything ever worked in our favor?
That's a very valid point.
And
Turns.
she will ask for a very quick drawing, like pulls out like a little piece of parchment of like these streets and things so she can try to map out a place to jump and maybe get away.
Silver's minor illusions a map of the area. It is pointing out where certain patrol spots are that they have seen.
Okay.
Also, we'll be relaying that being within 30 feet, fucking hurts.
So, like, how tall are these like buildings and such? Is there
They
any-
vary between 1 story and 2 story.
Okay. Do any of them still have like roofs and stuff for her to land on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. This place does seem decrepit, but it is still like a city, so there are plenty of roofs and stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
So I suppose I will try to lead them all vaguely that direction, and she'll like point towards like the northeast. Do you all just run?
Alter looks at the rest of the group. I guess?
I'm sure to be able to jump across the rooftops, and we can try to cover your rejoin the group once we get to the bottom. But once again, to clear myself of any guilty conscience, are you sure you wanted to do this?
She'll do fine. Tap, like, Patsy Sewell on the back.
Sigh.
Oh, that reminds me. Can't believe I forgot this. Reaches into her pocket, pulls out dragon scale wrapped up in a cloth. Supposed to give this to you last night, but I forgot. Greetings from Gerbera.
Isul slowly takes it, like, opens slightly, sees dragon scale, and eyes get a little bit big. And there's, for the first time that any of you have seen her, some excitement. And then she quickly tucks it away.
Alter looks like fucking super lost. Like, what the fuck did you give her?
Gerbera had given me a dragon scale that she had gotten from the dragon that she killed to deliver to Isul.
What? The Alter like reaches for the bag. Like, let me see.
No, it's mine.
Give me it.
Mine.
No, I want to see.
You know, after we get through this, you can squabble all you'd like. I think we should deal with this
Well,
first.
let's continue. Shout, let's get this.
But you would get a very small thank you from Isul as she's like recomposing herself.
A nod. All right.
Alter is strong again, right?
He is strong.
He's strong again.
Yeah, he is strong build.
I'm sorry. I just imagine Popeye before and after speech.
Okay.
So Isul is.
Execute plan.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Isul will just like turn to Alter and like jack a thumb up towards the ceiling because she wants to try and get up there quietly to move along before she actually has to jump anywhere.
Okay.
And
Well,
you gonna help her?
yes, he will help her.
Okay. She will get the boost up, climb up on top of the ceiling, and move vaguely this direction.
Before you go, guidance.
Clap on the shoulder. You've got this.
Okay.
Also, did she get the pixie dust? Because as far as I'm aware, nobody else really knows that Alter has pixie dust in character.
Yeah. You would have.
Nope.
You would have to give it to her willingly.
Yeah, I will just give you a little purple bag.
Okay. She is going to come here-ish. And then I guess she would have given like a small time range for them. And she is going to... where do I want to go? That might take them a second. I know this is blocked off. It's with rubble,
Yeah.
but is this building still there?
Sure.
Okay. So she will... I don't want to do this because this is going to use up a resource, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and trance really fast to give herself a boost.
Okay.
And we'll jump over here, landing on a wall, something that she feels is more than likely going to catch her weight fully, and just let herself crash land onto it. All of the metal and armor and various weapons that she has just clinging down.
Yeah. You guys can see that they're going to investigate as you look down the hallway.
Sorry about that phone call. I'm back.
Yeah, they're coming.
The big clang has happened. It's time to move.
Yeah.
And she waits for exactly 2 seconds before she dumps the pixie dust on herself and starts flying.
Y'all fucking dash. I'll let you
Dash
see
through.
the whole map now that he's still flying around.
Hells yeah.
You don't really have the time to investigate at this point, but you can see here, in the middle of the courtyard, you see what appears to be a bunch of broken ice, and the corpse of a long dead girl. And inside of her stomach is a blade. But you don't have time to investigate now. Let's move. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, that's... Oh boy.
Fine.
It's a girl
I think
that
I
you guys
will.
would recognize from your vision, by the way.
Oh boy. Okay.
That's where Serena.
My
Hey,
Yeah,
who wants a
so
first
fucking-
item?
my fucking video game brain is like, sword! Get the sword! That's a magic sword! It's in fact a named weapon.
Who wants a cursed weapon?
Unfortunately,
you
none
skip-
of the rest of you see that. Only
Yeah,
Yasul
none
sees
of
that.
Yeah.
And
We don't
Isul
got-
does not touch swords. She only deals with pole arms.
We
You
don't-
Does see
don't-
it during her flight, but
You don't know that it's cursed.
You know what? It's gonna be there when we get out.
Maybe.
okay. So you all make your way to a large building that just sort of like towers over you. It's like a skyscraper compared to these other buildings. And you open the door, and as each of you enter in, like you feel like your vision going blurry, and it feels like your stomach just kind of drops. And when you regain your vision, you are in a very metallic room where like black metal covers all of the walls around you, and you can sort of, well, no, you can't sort of feel it. You can see ether running through like these little conduits along the walls that like glow like a bright blue as they pass by you. In the middle is a large tablet that is being flanked by two large statues, easily like 10 to 15 feet tall. And the doors appear metallic as well. And they appear to be like slidey doors.
Is Silverus with us?
We're on an airship.
Did you guys not hear my
Confirmed.
question?
No, I did
No.
not.
No.
Is Silverus with us? Because I only see 4.
I was trying to find Silver's token, but I couldn't find it.
And
It's
is,
right under. It's right under Blaze.
Well, I'm also blind, so
Oop.
yeah, go
She
for it.
dare.
And is the other 2 with us?
They are not with you.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Y'all got separated.
Sounds like a good time to end it.
Yep.
I will leave with the message on the tablet, and then that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
And that's where we'll stop. Good session.
Yes. Bad.
Oh boy. Okay.